to be noted, and I think that's why I keep relatable. Because I wasn't broke. I was making a ton of money, but I was spending it all. Wow, really?
Yes.
So flies start as maggots. I literally never knew that.
Yeah.
That's gross. What does that mean? You just fell out of a coconut tree?
Her name is Trish. She's got the dish and all the gossip's filthy rich, pretty and pink, hot topic queen, and says what everybody thinks. She's just Trish.
It's a second Hot Topics, you guys. Don't deceive you. This is just Trish, and we do 2 Hot Topics a week. Last time we did 2 Hot Topics, I was like, wait, what? They're doing 2 Hot Topics. We've been talking about it. It's happening. If we have a guest, it's going to be a really, really great guest. Other than that, we're doing 2 Hot Topics a week because we love you guys, and we can't get enough of the hot goss. So it's just Trish, but also Oscar and Moses. Hello.
Hello. I'm glad we're doing 2 Hot Topics because I feel more on it this week, or today. Last time I felt a little bit out of body. I was like, what's going on? But today I'm in it. Ready to clock some tea today. So.
Oh my, Wait, I feel like it's like a game show where you were like telling your intro.
I'm ready to clock the tea, Trish.
I love it. That was actually really good. I love it. Okay, and Moses, we have over there. Moses, where are you from and what do you do?
Here to clock the tea.
Oh, okay. That's the name of the show. Is Clock the... That's a good podcast name.
That is a good name.
Someone
Who's gonna
else,
steal it?
I don't know. You do a spinoff.
We should claim it and then like someone in the Just Trish network.
Right.
Yeah.
They can, but we'll produce it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Like Alex Cooper.
Yeah. We need someone Irish to host it.
Can I tell you? I literally I'm just like now getting back on Twitter and stuff. I opened Twitter today for the first time a day. Which for me is a lot because I'm chronically online. The first tweet I see, Trisha Paytas, I need to interview someone Irish. I was like, this is what I've been missing. This is why I can't leave the internet because that is the content I'm missing.
And this was me at 11 o'clock at night, which you guys know I go to bed at 7. So me at 11, my brain is spiraling. I'm DMing celebrities. I'm tweeting. I'm thinking about a million things, which never happens. Because usually we would stay up, but I was like, I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired, whatever. And then 11 o'clock, I was just thinking about all these thoughts come out. And I always wake up the next morning, even I'm check my DMs, oh my God, who did I DM to ask on the podcast? And then I saw the tweet. But I still stand by that we need an Irish person to interview because Look, I'm not going to go into the full dissertation here, but I just really feel like Ireland is this fantasy place just with majestical creatures. And I talked to someone yesterday. I don't know if I told you, but the guy I was talking to on the phone yesterday was from Ireland. And I was like, are you an Irish? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I didn't know anybody lived there for real. I don't know. I was like, he was so fascinating because he kind of had, no joke, he had a green wall next to him. Yeah, if you were on the call, yeah, he was someone a production company. He's high up over there in the Europe. And I was like, this is wild. Someone from Ireland is talking to me with a green wall next to them. It just felt very magical, very...
Did he have red hair?
No.
Blonde?
But, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. What's with that?
I have no idea.
Everyone's blonde and...
Or redhead?
Redhead over there?
Well, it's an island. They've been...
not a lot of mixing.
Mm-hmm.
Ireland is an island. How crazy.
Work.
Work.
But also,
love it.
they were, over the years, all the... barbarians, all the different empires, they never reached Ireland. So for the longest time, Ireland was the only Celtic, and they kept their old traditions until I think England. But they've been very secluded for a long time.
They don't like England, right?
All we know,
No.
I know. Yes, I knew you were going to cite. That's all we know.
He's our only source. And even he's kind of this mythical creature. You know what I mean? You're just are you real? We don't know. So it's that's all we know is that they beefed with England and don't like the Queen or something.
But I've been trying to tell you guys for a long time.
The Ireland's where it's at. You do love Ireland.
Yeah,
You've been over there multiple
in
times.
March, I remember you were teaching us a little bit.
He loves Ireland. I love Ireland too. I want to go over it. And we said, all our favorite celebrities are from Ireland. So I think...
Dare I say, I think Paul Mescal is Irish.
No.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
But that's what I'm saying. The takeover is just weird right now. The Irish takeover. Where did this come from? I think Cillian Murphy. All these people all of a sudden are just Irish. It seems like a Mandela effect where Cillian Murphy was definitely American at one point.
Oh, I never thought he was American.
No! There's a movie where he's on a plane next to Rachel McAdams, and he is American in it.
Well, I think he plays American in a lot of films. Yeah, and Oppenheimer, I don't think Oppie was Irish. I think he was American.
I never saw it.
Me either, but I'm just...
Oh, so how do you know?
I'm guessing here.
I bet he has an Irish accent because they always do.
In Batman, he was just a regular
Who was he
guy.
in Batman?
He was one of the villains in Batman. And he was just a regular American guy.
Well, if he's a villain, he's probably some mythical creature too. Because they usually are, right? Like Scarecrow and
He's a
Dr. Freeze.
Scarecrow.
That must have been in there somewhere that I knew that, because how did I just say that?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's really impressive because I feel like
that's not a villain
that was like
that
the
people
first
know.
movie. Yeah.
Because I don't even think there was because I know like the old one with Adam West, not to be like a pick me, but like my dad used to watch it all the time, and I don't remember a Scarecrow in there. So why did that even come up? Like I remember Penguin and Joker, and like, but why Scarecrow?
I love the Batgirl, the Alicia Silverstone Batgirl,
Oh,
George Clooney.
I never. Oh, I saw that one.
Yes, that was everything to me.
And Little Robin was Chris O'Donnell.
Yes, that was like the gay awakening for a lot of people.
Weird.
You know what? This is how. Like, this is not even, like, rewriting history. A lot of gays were like, oh, Chris O'Donnell in, like, the Robin suit was my gay awakening. I only cared about Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl. And I had, like, her action figure and stuff. And I was obsessed with her. Like, I wanted to be her.
Wait.
I've always been a girl gay, for sure.
But we talked about this before, how it is so interesting, right? Like, the guys, like, all the boxing and the men, like, hugging each other. And, like, the gays love, like, fierce, like, hot girls. So weird. I wonder why.
I don't know. It's something. I read an article once about like diva worship with like gay culture and like how every gay has a specific diva that they go for.
Oh, and yours is.
It was Alicia Silverstone for a minute. Like I wanted to be her.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she's like a lot older. Even me, like Clueless was like a little bit older than me. So I feel like that's even older for you because you're like.
I was little. Yeah, I was like probably too young to be watching Clueless.
That's what I would think.
Yeah. But
wow.
You couldn't get the gay out of me. Like the diva worship was gonna come one way or another.
Wow,
yeah.
I love that. I know it gives me hope. When we were Hacks, shout out again, love Hacks. We've been watching it over, and I just love that she's still her audience because she'll like go onto the strip is still like older gay guys with her, and I was like, I feel like I hope that's me, right? Like she's been carried through all these decades as a 70-year-old like headliner in Vegas because of these gay men, and I was like, I hope that's me, and that's what I think about the gay audience is they stick with you, right? Like the people who watch like Shane and all those people, they grow up, right? And they're like, oh my god, how could I have liked that person? But the gays stick with you forever.
True,
I feel,
yes.
you know what I mean? So I hope I sustain that. I would like to pick up some lesbian audience along the way too.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh my god, the dream interview right now, an Irish lesbian. Let's get both, like both in one.
Oh my god, who is that?
I don't know. But
wow, if you're out there, that would be everything. Oh god, Irish people are just wow. And what do they eat over there? Like you never hear about Irish cuisine.
Good question.
You know?
Yeah, like what's the Irish specialty? Fish? No, I was gonna say fish and chips. That's England.
That's definitely England.
Yeah.
Maybe corned beef and hash. They serve that on St. Patrick's Day, I think.
Okay, work.
Definitely potatoes are involved. And
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yes, potato.
No.
Potato's actually very good for you. Big potato has 180 calories plain. Did you know that?
No.
Light calories. And people always like hate on carbs, but I was like, I could eat that for the same calories I'm eating my eggs and grapefruit at night. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Just to switch it up.
That is, you triggered me for a second because I just remembered in like high school I had a teacher who like shamed me for eating potatoes, and I was like bigger back then too, so I think it was extra shamey. You know?
Wait, you were in what grade?
Maybe sophomore.
In high school, you had a teacher shaming you for your potato?
Yeah, and I forgot how it came up. It was an English class of all classes. I don't know how it came up. Like,
were you eating a potato in class?
No, I think she just was asking about like nutritional value in potatoes. Like, who ate potatoes? It's like, oh, I had potato, like a baked potato or something. And she was like, well, potatoes aren't even that good for you. I was like, oh, okay.
First of all, they are. Back then, they clocked their teeth. They are, and the skin is actually good for you too. If you eat the skin, it's like nutrients. Like I looked this up when I was pregnant because I like craved baked potatoes. They actually like have nutrients. They're low calorie. I do it with I can't believe it's not butter, which is not real butter, and it's like. It's just, I don't know. It's like 300 calories total for my baked potato, and it fills me up. So it's like, I love my grapefruit and eggs, but I'd like to switch it up at night. I could go with a baked potato. So remember that, Moses, next time you're at the grocery store. Same thing with corn on the cob. It only has like 110 calories, so we can also get that.
Word.
Different nights, of course. Yeah. But anyways, Patreon.
That's our intro.
If you want more of this quality content, go to patreon.com/justtrish. This week we're reacting to Clinton Kane. The Cancel Girls now have a Patreon, right? But so I'm like, can we still react to them? Or are they reacting to them? And we just like, anyways, we're reacting to Clinton Kane. I feel like all bets are off for that. So if you guys want to see that, I know I want to see it. We're going to go point by point. Even his follow-up, he's done follow-ups to explain himself. So we're going to go point by point. And I feel we had a lot of extra insight to the Clinton Kane series, coming from a former pathological liar. I can also analyze his pathologically lyingness. Anyways, we also do extended podcasts. Well, you're seeing this on a Thursday, but we do extended podcasts every Monday for you to see on Wednesday. And so you're kind of getting like a bonus episode each week. So you're going to go on 3 episodes a week. Go to patreon.com/JustTrish. We also have our Headshot of the Month fan club over there. We have our headshot as Lady Liberty. So you get this, or you call her Persephone, I guess. Whatever you want it to be, there it is. So you get this if you're in the headshot tier. Plus, if you are a producer tier, you get a bonus headshot this month. Both will be signed by yours truly. These are hot commodities, guys. In 100 years, these may be worth $200,000. So set up an investment for your children today. And then you also get the sticker of the month, which is our, oh my gosh, this is our Just Trish sticker. The Trish emoji is available for our headshot and producer tiers. Do you guys know 1 year ago today we filmed, and the first episode aired July 20th, which this will air on July 20th.
What?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Wait, this airs on the 18th. Tomorrow.
Oh, what is today?
It's the 17th.
Oh. Just kidding. In a couple, oh my God, I was like so excited. Okay, damn. I fault. Okay. T. Damn. Why do
I was like, wait.
I have 0719 on this one, and I have 0717 on this one. So, okay. Well, you know, in 2 days. But almost a year, which
That's
is like
crazy.
It is crazy. Just to think, like, it seems so long ago that we started this.
I know,
Like,
and it's our episode count's also wild for 1 year because I saw like cancels like episode 91, and they've been like, it's like 3 years for them.
Oh my
and I'm
God!
like,
Wait,
damn.
what?
I
What
guess
are
we
we
just
at?
have a lot to say.
Yeah.
We're at 97 today.
Oh my God! 100th episode is coming. We were like churning them out.
Like I said, we're the most consistent.
We are
podcast out there.
consistent, mostly because we're just chronically online. And like you said, have a lot to say, love to well, yes, and hours. We should clock hours. Like, how many hours of podcasting have we done? We're
True.
gonna surpass Joe Rogan without. Well, I guess he does long ones, but you know, anyone else does short ones. Some people give you 45-minute podcasts. We give you quality content because honestly, it just goes by so fast. To be honest,
And you talk so fast, you can actually slow it down, and you get 6 hours episodes.
True.
If you want to watch it as a normal person talking,
That's true. Some people talk so slow.
you
and
look
they,
so fast. Some people in the comments are just like,
Yes.
"What did you say at this timestamp?"
But
'Cause
some
I
people
can't-
are like, this is the perfect speed. So
Yeah, most people
whatever,
we know.
you know. I know some people are like, I hate the
ADHD
rambling.
and
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, we're here for you. So I guess our podcast doesn't turn 1 today, but that's what I had on here. So oops, sorry about that. And patreon.com/JustTrish. We're also doing we do bonus videos, and the Wolverine and Deadpool collab is at Jack in the Box. Did you ask if it was at Wendy's last time?
Oh,
Or is
yeah,
that just in my
yeah.
head? It's at Jack in the Box, but I don't know if it's just the box because I was on it this morning, and there's like chicken and waffles at Jack in the Box now, and there's like
What?
spicy thing. If you DoorDash Jack in the Box, that's not said by DoorDash today, but if you DoorDash Jack in the Box, they have the Wolverine by Deadpool, is it? The collaboration, and they have like waffles and chicken and like all this stuff like that. But I don't know if it's just the box or if it's actually the collaboration. But I know you love Wolverine and Deadpool, and you were talking about them last time being on Wendy's.
So they have chicken and waffles at Jack in the
Yeah, it's like a
Box?
new item. They also have like a Sprite soda with like whipped cream and ice cream on
What?
it. Yeah, I don't know. Saw it on
This is
DoorDash. So
wild.
yeah. Anyways, but I heard. Anyways, are we doing the popcorn this week or they don't have it?
I haven't seen it yet, but I can stop by and investigate. But the movie comes out in a week, so I feel like the Dune one came out so early. I feel like it came out like 3 weeks in advance.
I feel like they all did. Like even the Little Mermaid one, I feel like people had it early and stuff like
Okay,
that.
I'm gonna
so.
investigate.
Okay, because we got to go do that. We have our Patreon filming day. If you guys have any suggestions, our patrons over there that want to see something, let us know. But okay, wow. I'm glad the energy's good. I'm glad the energy's right for today because it's like hard to get used to the hot topics twice a week. But I think we're in good spirits today, which is good.
Yeah, I think so. I was just feeling good vibes today. I saw someone in the comments say like there's a lot of weird spiritual energy right now in this month, and someone said, Oscar, you just had to purge all that energy out. And I was like, you know what? That's tea. That is tea. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like I feel so much lighter like a feather, to quote Sabrina Carpenter.
Is that what you said? Lighter like a feather?
I feel so much lighter like a feather with you off my mind.
Oh, wow. I love her.
Me
She's
too.
like so poetic, and I live for that. I love it.
The talk is that we jumped to a different timeline this weekend. So like Richard Simmons already died a while ago.
Wow.
And now we
Oh.
just, like there's lots of Mandela effect, and
Ah.
there's a timeline where they managed to shoot the person. Like so, we basically chose.
God, jeez. Oh my God, it's so dark.
We chose the more positive timeline.
Okay.
So
And apparently,
we're on a positive timeline.
Cillian
now.
Murphy's Irish. How much more positive can that be?
Exactly.
Like that makes sense. Okay, shout out to the Stanley Cup. Even though we have just Trish Stanley
Yes,
Cups,
okay.
but okay.
I did get the Olivia Rodrigo Stanley. I do love the Just Trish one though. I would say overall, because this one's also kind of expensive. It's like $60-something.
Okay.
And then maybe 70 with shipping. So
yeah, that's expensive for
it's
no jewels,
expensive.
no
Yeah,
handwork.
exactly.
This
So,
is hand done. Okay,
You definitely
logo
get
printed.
more bang for your buck over there.
I
But
also wouldn't know that's Olivia Rodrigo just looking at it. Maybe the Olivia Rodrigo stands know, but I wouldn't know. You would know this is just Trish looking at it, you know?
that's true. Yeah, I think you're right. The Olivia Rodrigo stands would definitely get it. But I don't know if a normal person would. But I love stars, so that's fun.
So the appeal maybe is that it's more incognito that you wouldn't know. It doesn't
I
have a
guess
face.
I guess it's a little bit more subtle. Yeah, I just love Olivia. This is how I was spending my like offline. This is how I knew how to get back online because I was like planning out my like Stan family tree, which is like there's so much going on in the world. But I was like, let me like sit down and plan like who's my mother, who's my niece, blah blah blah.
Wow, who's mother?
Taylor's my mother.
Wow.
Obviously, Olivia Rodrigo is my niece, 100%.
Oh, not niece. I feel like nieces no one cares about. Like my uncles never cared about me.
Oh,
You know what I
Oh, I
mean?
care about my nephews.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
I think that's just
Okay,
a you.
okay, yeah, maybe. You're right. Sorry, nieces.
I think this is what I thought long and hard about because those two were easy. Chapel. I think Chapel is my sister because she's a lesbian. I'm gay, so it just makes sense
Definitely.
that we're siblings. Sabrina Carpenter is my cousin because I love and I've like listened to a long time, but I don't hang out with her every day. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
I
see
see.
her
Oh,
and love and appreciate
That's
her.
how it goes? Okay.
I think so. This
Okay.
is just in my headcanon.
Okay.
And then I also threw in Megan Thee Stallion as a cousin too because she's the same. I listen to her new album a lot, and I enjoy my time with her, but I don't see her every day.
Right.
And then Lorde, do you know Lorde?
Yes, Kyle MacLachlan did the impersonation of her. Yes.
Okay, it worked.
And she does Royals, right?
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. She's, I think, younger than me, but I decided she's my aunt because she seems so wise. I'm like an old soul.
Oh, an auntie. God, you have a
Yes.
good family relationship then because I was never close with any of my
Oh, wow.
immediates. Yeah.
Well, these ones are my close immediate family that I feel good about. And you don't know her, but Marina and the Diamonds is also my aunt.
Wow.
But the gays.
Is she
and girls
actually
will
your
know.
aunt?
No, but I'm
This is a
throwing her in
celebrity too
there.
that you
Yes,
love. Okay.
yeah.
I was like, I think just throwing it in there.
But that's my Stan family tree. That's what I've been
my
thinking about
God.
this week.
Do I do it with girls or do I do it with boys? Like, do I have to have a dad and a brother or do I do sister, mother?
It's only, I mean, you stan a lot of guys, so I feel like there'd be some guys.
I'm not trying to stand guys anymore. I do not want to be the
But
girl
you
that
love
stands.
Niall
No.
Horan.
No. I'm not going to be that person anymore. I
But-
saw someone talk about Brittany Broski, how she only like talks about guys that she's like attracted to and thirsts after. And I was like, ooh, yeah, I see a lot of similarities between me and hers too many times. And maybe that's why we're like oil and water or something like that. Because I'm like, ooh, that's kind of me though. Like talking about guys that would, you know, that just that because they're hot and they're attracted. So you're just like, oh, I love them so much. You know, not that it's a bad thing,
Yeah,
but I
it's
think
like, that's kind of fun.
yeah,
That's very different. I
It's
think
giving a little-
but yours is different.
it's giving a little bit like, why are we lifting up girls more? You know what I mean? As girls. And like, I'm saying this on my perspective, right? But then I
Okay.
saw the comments and I was kind of like, ooh, it's kind of like me. It kind of like reflected because, right, everyone's kind of on a little bit of a Brittany Broski hate train at the moment, which, you know, I don't like fully support. But like, it's like, I was looking at that comment and seeing it as myself, like reflecting, and I was like, ooh, I kind of like do that too, though. And I'm like, I don't want to be that, right? Like, I want to lift up the girls, you know what I mean? Because girls lift me up, and I'm like not lifting up enough girls, you know what
I
I
see
mean?
that.
I feel like I would do a good
But
job, but I feel
Your cosplays are girls, and you lift them up, and they're current.
because they're
and
fun. Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
This
Like,
is great.
and
Share.
they feel amazing that you do that. So it's like
That's
I think
true. That is true.
That's how you lift them up.
I love cosplaying Zac Efron,
You know.
though. Tana texted me on Saturday night, like, and she's like, I want to do a song. It was like midnight, and I'm like, yeah. So I started thinking of a song, and I was like writing it, and I literally was thinking of like doing Zac Efron cosplay. Like we could be like High School Musical, like the boys are back where they're dancing on the like cars, and I was like, I want to do Zac Efron like drag with it. I don't know. Then I texted her the next day. I'm like, absolutely, I'm so down. I'm writing a song down. Then I didn't hear back, so I don't know. But obviously she's busy. But I was like thinking that in my head already. I was like, I don't know. She probably was like, what the hell? I don't want to do High School Musical 3 with you, Trish. But I really want to do Zac Efron cosplay again on that note because the only person a guy I've ever wanted to cosplay is Zac Efron, truly. But yeah, but I do kind of like, and also in general, just like thirsting after guys that already get hyped. It's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like Bridgerton. I feel like the guys get hyped up like so much, even though the girls are kind of the stars of it. You know what I mean? Not that Nicola didn't get hype. Obviously, she
Yeah.
got so much hype. But I feel like Jonathan Bailey, I feel like the Duke in the original one, I feel like even Luke Noonan in this new one, Colin, like got a lot of hype when Colin kind of was just like side character, you know, side character energy in this. So I was kind of like, I don't know. I kind of feel like, and look, I DM'd Luke Newton before I DM'd Nicola, and I was like, how dare I? You know what I mean? Like, Nicola's the star, and she's the queen, and why? I'm going to actually unsend it after this. I'm going to unsend it to Luke Newton so only Nicola sees it. Both have not accepted my invites, but.
Just for your own. Yes.
Yeah, just for my own. Because I was like, no, you know what I mean? Like, we need to hype up girls more. That's just maybe my own thing, maybe because I've been, like, a little internalized misogyny, like, my whole life. I was like, maybe I need to hype up some girls more. Not that I, like, don't already, but I do tend to, like you said, if I did a family tree, I was thinking, like, you're right. Like, the people I love are, like, Alan Cumming and The Weeknd and Zac Efron. And I was like, no, I need to do it with girls. But it'd be like Britney Spears. That'd be my whole family tree. She's my sister, my aunt, my uncle, like, everything, So, I don't know. And Mother is such a weird. Mother is Deborah Vance for sure. Mother, like, I love her. I'm the old gays in that show that hype her up so much. I literally screenshotted her pantsuit. She had a pink pantsuit on the set, and she was like outside doing a commercial for like 1 second. I was like, that's so iconic. I love her in so many ways. I just want to be her. I'm still not through the 3rd season, but I love her so much. God, I want her on the podcast so bad. Deborah Vance. She's
just Deborah Vance, not the fictional character Deborah Vance.
Yeah, like, we could be part of the show. Like, it just would be so much fun. They had Carrot Top on season 3, which
that's true.
Kudos, but what? I guess he's a Vegas legend, but
that's funny. I feel like though, like, as long as you're like, you can do both. Like, there's some guys that I stand. I was on the Ted bandwagon for a while. I was on the Hassan kick for a while. So there are some guys I stand to. As long as you don't like, ignore one for the other, I feel like it's okay.
Maybe that's the problem, right? Maybe
as long as you do. Equality.
Like equality.
Yes.
I think that's what people were saying maybe with Brittany. She's like a girl's girl, but doesn't hype up the girls enough.
I see. Yeah.
She has a whole podcast, which I did not know. I'm not trying to jump on any bandwagon, but it's like there's a podcast where she only has straight men on.
Oh.
It's called like the Round Table or something, and she dresses up like medieval.
Oh yeah.
And but she said I watched an interview, and well maybe there's like a girl on there, maybe there's not, but she had Bretman Rock or something like that. But she said in like Good Morning America that she really only wanted straight men on there so she could understand them more or something. And I was like, I don't know if that's like really the tea, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I feel for her though because she is getting it so intensely right. Oh yeah, she had Drew. God, I always forgot to pronounce the last name.
Afualo, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
But I think Drew might have been the only girl. But yeah, Drew was the only girl.
Everyone else is like Cody Ko, Hassan, like
Yeah,
it's like,
I don't know. I feel for her because I feel like she is getting it so intensely. This is another one I reflected a lot about. Okay. There's like a double-edged sword. Like, okay, I think that she is someone who is navigating this like tightrope of being like pretty mainstream and just being afraid of any like backlash at all. And I get that part, and I am like very sympathetic about that. It's almost like a Tara Yummy when she's like, I don't want to have any opinions, like that's not me, because I feel like they're both like so popular and like liked that it's hard to navigate that. That's why I'm very thankful for us, because it's like we started at the bottom. You know
always
what I mean?
stay getting mid.
Yes.
You don't go above. You know what I mean? Mid can only drop a little. So yeah.
And like, any kind of character growth is good,
Yes.
But for them, they just started so like unproblematic, quote unquote. So it's a very difficult space to navigate when you're labeled that like off the jump, because then you live in fear of somehow being found problematic. So I am very like sympathetic about like that struggle that Brittany faces. But at the same time, I think it is good that she gets like some criticism, like you said, for like, just acknowledging, girls more. Maybe she doesn't see that about herself, and that is like good constructive criticism. But I think it's the way that you say it. Some people are like, F Brittany Broski, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like that's just mean. That doesn't make anyone, see it. That just makes people like shut down, I think.
But I do think too, like, if your whole thing is right, is like, women like believing women and all stuff like that, and then you like don't put that same energy. I think the statement with her when like just aligning her and Cody and not even mentioning Tana, even though Tana is her friend, like they've hung out and stuff like that. Like I think that maybe is like more of the issue. It did like really actually upset me at first when I read the statement. Obviously, like everyone else, the if part, and just knowing that she also knows Tana, so it's just kind of like this weird thing, and being aware of it. Like I guess the one thing is like annoying in general, just like everybody, right, with everything coming out about this whole situation. I don't know if we're like gonna go deep into it or whatever, but just like people acting like this, like, oh, I'm just becoming aware of this now, which a lot of people might be, but we've seen like Brittany obviously talk about Cody and Tana before, like 2 years ago on her podcast. So it's like, or other people too, like there's other people who have been like aware of this situation, like, oh, I'm just like finding out about it now. And it's just like, oh, it's like a little bit annoying, but I don't know. I think in general too, the more, well, whatever, but.
No, I get it. Yeah, I will agree. Like, seeing Brittany's statement, she was like, the big thing was like, if proven to be true, was like the big thing that people got upset about, and I get it too. At first, when I read that, I did like immediately flinch. I was like, "Ooh, that's not." It was very that.
Yeah,
like that's not.
yeah.
But again, I think she like has PR that like maybe wrote it for her. In my opinion, I think, and I think
it
it was
sounds
just
like a lawyer's statement.
When not even just for like Tana specifically, but like in general, that like if proven to be true, like narrative is like hurtful to victims because it is a crime that is very hard to prove. And like we've seen that like the legal system a lot, like it's just victims don't get justice a lot of the times. So that like rhetoric of like, oh, if proven to be true then it's harmful, but it's like maybe just believe her. But I think it was worded clumsy, and I'm choosing to believe that wasn't like her intent at all. I think that she obviously like has PR, and that maybe they wrote it for her, and it was worded again trying to navigate and like please everyone. But that's kind of the problem when you try to please everyone.
But also at this point, it was proven to be true because many people said that Cody Ko's lack of response is the response.
Yeah. Or also just the accounts, Gabbi,
this is
and
the
all
response.
these people.
He has basically not said it didn't happen. And that's at this point is proven to be true. Everyone says it happened.
Yeah, is it a question if it's true? I don't think it's a question.
That's why so many people are upset about the if proven.
It technically is still like an allegation, like technically, but also like she did say it opened with like I'm shocked by these and upset by these allegations or whatever, but saying like allegations from the jump, like legally speaking, she really didn't also have to say if proven to be true, because you say allegations that means that it's not technically proven in court to be true, so it was like a weird, like I said, just worded very clumsy, and it was just like not necessary.
But I think that's exactly her character, and the problem with her character is she addressing it as if she's the judge or the jury or the lawyer. You're not. You're his friend and you're her friend, and you can just say something very real and heartfelt.
Or just,
like you're not. But she puts herself on that pedestal, and that's why people are so upset with everything she does.
I think in general, too, like when you're so outspoken, like us or whatever, it's like, it is, like we talked about this with the Zach Justice thing, too. It's like, it's a weird thing to like not talk about it when you are that person for everybody else. But when it's like your friend, and again, it's like looking in a mirror with Brittany Broski. Like I was like that with Shane, right? Like I was like, no, this is my friend. Like I know him to be a different person, but like obviously he didn't have these kind of allegations. But I don't know. It's a tough one. But I think like what you said is like so true. Is like bringing something up like to someone's attention and you hear it enough, then you start to change it. Because same thing with me, right? Like I think you were the one who told me like early on in the show, like it's a little misogynistic to, think this way or this way. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, that's something I, like, heard before, like, on the Julia Fox. Like, oh, it's internalized misogyny. I'm like, I don't know have that. Like, what do you mean? And then, like, thinking, like, oh, maybe I do, where I, like, just favor guys a little more. You know what I mean? And it's just, I've talked about this, too. Like, it's, like, I think it is an insecurity thing, especially, like, with me, I'll just say it again, is like you want to be liked by the straight guys, the cute guys, whatever. You want that validation because it's just like an insecurity thing, which is why I always hung out with guys like from Shane and the Vlog Squad and just like everyone. Like it just feels good to have that like male validation. And I used to only go on male podcasts as well. I used to do like Impulsive and Zach Sang and like just anything that was like male driven. I was like wanted the attention. But if a girl asked me, I was like, oh, I don't want to go on a girl podcast. So I think that's like there, but maybe not necessarily like evil like of her. It's just like she doesn't maybe realize it or something.
Yeah, I like that's why I like struggle with it, because I do like her and I think she's nice, and I think, like I said, she is just navigating something that's tough to navigate. It's like obviously like your whole brand is like being relatable, but then you're also like very professional now. Like she works red carpets and she does interviews, and now she's like in the mainstream media like space. And then once you're in there, it's like she's trying to just like not piss anyone off, but also like still be like herself and relatable. But now she's almost like a filtered version of herself, which some people don't like. So it's just like it's hard to navigate that, and I'm like very sympathetic about her struggling to navigate that. And I
just feel like maybe then don't say anything, right? Like, because it's just like, or this is like such a serious one, right? Like I always say like, oh, like me with Shane, but like this is like everyone's saying, it's like a crime. It's big. It's very like serious. It's really obvious, I think, to most people, like what it is, whatever. She should just delete the videos with him and like keep it moving.
She did. She privated all of them.
So why'd she make the statement? That's like a statement.
I think she was like a damned if she does, damned if she doesn't. Like I think people would have been upset if she just privated them and didn't say anything. But also like this statement, maybe what was that? So like, yeah, it's tough. If she just took that those like couple words, if proven to be true, if those words were just out of the statement, everything would have been fine. But yeah, I think it's a big thing for her to like take down those videos, and like obviously she doesn't want to like
that's a statement
be seen
itself.
associated. Yeah, and also like I think there's also a problem with like the witch hunt of like people, like this is what always happens is like when the person that is the wrongdoer like doesn't say anything, it's so because that also makes everyone go after everyone else that's been associated. That happened with Colleen. Like it was like, who's friends with this person? We're gonna go after this one, anyone who's been associated, because Colleen's not saying anything, so we need Joey to say something. We need Rosanna to say something. We need like anyone who's ever collabed needs to like say something, because
so interesting.
The main person doesn't come out of the woodwork. So Cody not saying anything,
it's hurting everyone else.
Yeah, screws over literally everyone that he collabs with or is associated with.
Yeah, that's actually like such a good point. Yeah, that's so true, because it's really not Brittany's fault what he did. And like maybe she didn't know the extent of his like shittiness. You know, obviously when the whole Tana thing happened, people like made her aware of the situation and like whatever, maybe she didn't like see it or was aware of the severity of it. But that's good. Deleting it I think is a huge statement. You know, I think like it's like an unfollow, right? Like it's a big statement to do. And do you think he's gonna say something?
It's kind of impossible to ignore at this point. Like I feel like he has to.
Or just
because
leave.
It is just getting so big. I don't know. The other thing I forgot about was Tiny Meat Gang, which is like he has that's his podcast, but then it also is like a studio. It's like the Unwell Network. I forgot that like Emergency Intercom, like Drew and Enya's podcast, is owned by Tiny Meat Gang. Because all of a sudden I saw everyone be like, oh, "What are Drew and Enya gonna say? What are Drew and Enya gonna say?" But it's like they literally just got a studio under Tiny Meat Gang Productions.
Oh no!
And now it's like the same thing with Brittany. Everyone's like going after them, like, "Oh, what did they need to quit or whatever?" But who knows what their contract is? Like they just started this production, like they have a new set and everything, and it's under Tiny Meat Gang Studios. So that's another element. He works with Noel Miller, who is like his co-host, and Noel does like stand-up and stuff too. So like what's gonna happen with him? I don't know. There's so many like facets that I feel like he has to say something, because it's not just him. He's has his hands in a lot of different pots, or whatever the phrase is.
What is that? Hands in all the
in
pots?
a lot of whatever, yeah.
Dishes.
Hands in the pots, yeah.
We love a hands in the pot. That's but also then too, it's kind of like you said, they don't know. Maybe they don't know. Like I'm not saying everyone knew about this, right? Obviously, but like it's like if you don't know the situation, then that happens. Like what do you do? It's like, and then like are they able to take their podcast off of it? Like maybe not. Like maybe
So it sucks, and it's like really. I don't know what that situation could be like. Maybe it's like a David with like Dispo, where he like removed himself,
Yeah, that's what he should do. Like Try Guys status. Like they took him out of the equation.
Yeah, just
to help everybody, because it's obviously bad, and like we said, the silence is like crazy, like deafening. Yeah. So yeah, and I think again, him texting Tana were cool. Like I feel like it's like out there, right? So it's just like but what do you do?
He's Canadian. It's another issue, because I think if he makes it into, if he wants to be a national, if he wants to be a U.S. citizen, he can't have any like serious allegations pending on him.
But look at David.
Exactly.
When
so
they
I think
have money.
exactly with David, he didn't do anything that would put himself in jeopardy, like with Jeff and all that. Never admitting fault. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he'll ever admit fault.
Yeah, there's just so much. I don't know like where we want to go with it, but
the Emma Chamberlain stuff, all those clips like being unearthed. And I do remember like this, because I was like such a fan of Emma when she was popping off, and I remember her doing Cody's podcast with his wife Kelsey, I think her name is. But yeah, there's so many weird clips of her being like, she was 17 and 16
in one of them with a jewel.
16 with, and like they hand her a vape, and then also like it was another one where she's calling a mom and dad, and it's like, okay, well this 16, 17-year-old you view as a kid and like your daughter, but then you allegedly whatever are hooking up with a 17-year-old, like, but so why is like you see this one as young in like your daughter, but then Tana, like what?
And it's around the same time. Aren't Emma and Tana the same age, kind of, right?
They're around the same age, I think.
Because
I think she might be a year or two younger.
I remember Emma being underage, like 17, when I was like friends with David and stuff like that. So this was like 2018 or something like that. So it must have been around the same time.
She is 3 years younger.
than Tana.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
not
mean,
far off though. Like a 3-year difference is like your child versus like someone that you can.
yeah.
hook
So
up
right, no, it's definitely
It's like, what?
all icky. Yeah, that's so icky. Yeah, and the mom and dad is weird. I don't know. I just don't know if I'd be like comfortable with like someone 16 calling me mom and dad. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like kind of weird. It's also just like a weird dynamic. And obviously in that video clip, like, can we say the word vape or do we censor that? Can we say vape?
You can just show it. Like you can show the act. But.
Yeah, but like that's what's like a little alarming too, right? It's like they have her in the house and then they're like having her like vape and I don't know. And apparently Kelsey was a school teacher or something. So it's like she should know, right? Like, I mean, I'm someone who's hypersensitive to this. So once again, because a lot of people like to say that I'm a hypocrite and stuff, and a lot of times I am. But I will stand by this, right? That Emma coming to my house with David, to my apartment with David, and I remember being like, she has to stay in the car. Like, there's no way I'm letting like a 17-year-old up in my apartment, like with you and this other grown man. You know what I mean? It's like so odd. And like me back then at like 28, where I was like literally off my rocker and like on Xannies and stuff like that. I was like, how am I like coherent enough to know this? But like a school teacher or other adults in like with a power position wouldn't know this. Like that's like so wild to me. And not only that, but they're like filming it and they're like, you know, showing all this stuff. It's like a whole other level of like, I don't know if these people are just like, I guess they're just not aware. They haven't been in these situations where it's like that's inappropriate because it's not like sexually inappropriate, but it's like still inappropriate. It's just like to have this like child at your house. I don't know. It's
yeah,
like,
it is weird. I mean, we talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago with like JoJo at like, you know, Christmas parties, like Joey and Daniel's Christmas party. It's like she's 17 and they're like all like, you know, 28, 29, 30. And
right.
Like, and then you brought up a good point. Like, does she have to like ask her parents before?
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like, I mean, now I feel like it's very different where people are more aware of like, you know, of having a minor around, even if they're a YouTuber, like they're still a minor. I feel like people, there was so long or no, like if you were a YouTuber and like had some fame, it was like the child star vibe. Like not honestly that far off from like baby Drew Barrymore, like in the clubs when she was like a kid, you know, it is kind of that vibe.
I guess you just think of them as, yeah, and JoJo was friends with so many people at like Rebecca Zamola and all those people, and I was just like, or even Colleen's ex-husband, and well, I guess Colleen too. But it's just like so weird. I remember like I think they talked about it publicly. Maybe I think they did, but like when Colleen and Josh were getting divorced, like JoJo had to like pick a side.
Yeah, childhood divorce.
Yeah, I was like, this is I don't know. It's very odd. So I think those clips too showing like Cody, because everyone's like, I didn't know. Like I think Hassan was like, I've known Cody for 10 years and I never thought he was this person. But like there has to be signs, right? Obviously who he's friends with and all this stuff like that. It's like there had to be like signs that people knew he may be a little morally like ept or something, you know?
I think it's one of those things where, I mean, he's just like liked and funny, so he got away with a lot. I mean, the same with like a Zach Justice. I mean, he was doing that stuff like right out in plain sight, and then it wasn't until someone like outside of the fandom is like, actually, this isn't like the tea. Like this is actually pretty odd.
Yeah,
it literally is like that was the effect of like the Tariemi effect, honestly, because he got exposed to people that aren't like in his fan base, where it was everyone just like believed this dynamic to be okay between like Indiana and him. But then once you go out of that bubble, you get into like, you know, the mainstream audience, people are looking at it differently, not from like the bias of like, oh, I grew up watching these two, so obviously they're okay. I know them, you know?
Right.
We don't know you, Zach. So obviously to us, to like people outside who are seeing this dynamic, it's like, this is actually like really odd and inappropriate, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, it kind of takes that, you have to be like outside and get like a different perspective almost to be like, this is not it. It's weird.
It is. Yeah, I guess like you said, they're kind of everyone's like, I've watched Cody. Like I saw kids say I watched him since I was like 10 years old. I'm like, I didn't know he was around. I guess he was like a Viner. I didn't know he was around this long.
Yeah, he was a Viner.
Oh, I had no idea.
I didn't know, but like, I mean, another thing too. It's like he had, like a lot of people were like, oh, Tana was so. Again, I need to let me get the shirt out. I have to like circle back to it too, because I keep saying like in the straight bros, like the commentary bros who are talking about it now, it's like all because someone is widely disliked and unlikable. I'm like, again, let's relax with like the unlikable dislike. She's like
and
really
is she?
popular.
She's not really.
Like, she's like, I think maybe controversial is a fine enough word. I think saying like widely disliked, I'm like, okay, let's calm down.
She's
like,
definitely not.
Yeah.
I may be widely disliked, but definitely not Tana. She's never been. That's what's always crazy to me when I hear this. I'm like, she's always been popular. People have always liked her. Her little cancellations really didn't do much. You know what I mean? Especially because they weren't that popular. Like even calling her, would you say controversial? That's like a little bit of a stretch. You know what I mean? Like I think it's like she hasn't done anything crazy.
Yeah. And then seeing like what D'Angelo have these clips of like, you know, Cody saying like slurs and having like racist videos and stuff, and I'm like, damn, well, not that different from Tana. Maybe, and obviously we know now, very worse. So it's like, why
Right.
does Hanna have this reputation? But meanwhile, Cody was posting all these vines and stuff, and no one was like, "Oh, this guy's controversial." Odd to
I
me.
know. It is. That's such a
But-
double standard. It's so
God.
annoying. I know.
But yeah, it's like he's just not that different. So it's weird that it like went unnoticed for so long. But even I was telling you, completely forgot about this. I had a friend who like loved Cody. And he tweeted one day, like, "Oh, I need editors or something." And she was like, "You need to apply to be his editor." Because I was just working for like Joey at the time, and I was like, "Okay, T." I like,
Oh my
I watched him a
God.
little bit, and I applied to be his editor, and I got an interview. I think like I emailed my resume and like how to do a little like my editing samples or whatever.
Oh my God, you have a
And I got
reel?
an interview. It was just like send a couple of videos,
Oh.
like your best edits or
Okay.
something. And yeah, I got one interview. Then I ghosted though because I just
You didn't go to the interview?
No,
Was it with him?
no, it was with someone who works for him.
Wow, he has like a hierarchy. He has like chains.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah, he has employees for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm literally not shady. Doesn't he just like sit in that room? Like I just saw him like in a room.
I think so. Like he must have like a
What?
set or something though, like a little studio.
Oh.
Um,
Okay.
I mean, he has a production like company, I guess. Cause
Yeah,
he
that's
has,
true.
If he has Drew and Onions and they have a set and stuff.
Okay, so he's got employees.
But he has like 3 channels. He does music.
All
He's
the more
pretty
reason
busy.
to like say something because like you
You
said,
have
you're
too
putting
much.
yeah
You have employees. Like you have a
Yeah.
responsibility to these people whose like wages you pay and like
Oh
you
my
pay for like
God.
they can't all of a sudden they're like
Stop
because of
working.
you they stop working. Like you owe it to like not only your audience, to Tana, to your employees. Like
right.
say something.
Yeah.
I did
that's-
one shoot with him too. I forgot about it too.
With who?
With Cody and Noelle.
What'd you do?
I
You're
produced
connected
it.
to everyone.
I forgot about
You're like,
this
I
too.
worked for. I went and interviewed for Mr. Beast and this. Wow.
I like forgot about this until like I was like texting you. I was like, wait, don't let me forget.
Okay.
Because I completely forgot. I did like shoot with them 2019. I didn't interview them, but I had set it up so they interview each other for ET.
Who's the other one? Cody and who?
Noelle Miller.
The co-host or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were nice enough, but I remember they were making fun of like all my questions that I wrote, and I think it's in the actual piece too, so there is proof of them. Like,
Wait, what
Yeah.
would they say? Well, I've been guilty of that. I guess
yeah,
a couple of
see?
times.
Okay,
So, yeah.
clocked your own tea. There we go.
What was it? Was it bad or was it like haha? Like I tried to mean a ha, but I guess it came across mean.
I think they were like in like the frat bro kind of way. Like they were like, dogging on it. But I remember like I definitely was like laughing in the moment, but at the same time I was like, oh, they're really like making fun of these questions. But
Like you felt it? Like you felt like it was actually
a
mean?
little bit, yeah. I was like, but
Oh.
I remember laughing along with it. I was like, oh,
But
the boys.
people do-
Boys will be boys. It was very that mentality. Like,
yeah.
the boys will be boys.
Isn't that how it always is?
Yeah.
But that's kind of very like Jack Black, like laughing at that guy, when he said the thing. I don't know his other guy. The guy, Tenacious D, you know
Oh,
them?
yes,
He
yeah.
like did the cake thing, and then the guy said the thing about Trump and like next time don't miss or whatever he
Yeah.
said. And then Jack Black's like laughing on stage. I'm like, well, you were laughing, so you agree with it. But then later he made a statement. It's like, well, in the moment, what are you
Yeah.
supposed to do? It's like, you know what I mean?
It's just like, even if it's like an awkward, I feel like I would definitely, in like a bad, like someone saying something bad, like I feel like I would awkward laugh because I don't know what else to do. I'd
That's
be
how
like,
I feel too. Yeah, like okay, like because you don't want to be awkward in the person.
Yeah.
Interest. Do you remember the questions?
No, I don't remember. I'm sure we can add that to the Patreon reaction
Okay,
because like
the
that's
Cody
another
Ko.
one. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
You actually have really great questions, by the way.
But I'm sure maybe some of them were corny or something because like especially like you're writing them to interview each other, so maybe some of them are corny. But damn, I remember being like, oh,
Maybe they didn't know you wrote them.
maybe.
Do they
Yeah.
think you did? They
I have no
probably don't know.
idea.
Yeah. So maybe they're like, well, the writer's not in the room, so who cares? Yeah, I get that.
That was funny, but yeah. God, completely forgot I had ties to Cody Ko.
That's so
until
interesting. Did you like
the other
him
day.
when you met him? Did you get a picture with him?
No picture. I think
okay.
I liked him enough. My boyfriend at the time, 2019, yeah. My boyfriend at the time, his roommates, who also loved you.
Okay, love them.
They also love Cody. So
Oh, God. Those in the same breath. When people are like, oh, I loved Hannah and Cody. I'm like, how do you like both of them? Like, I, again, don't know him, don't care. But watching just a little bit of the content, I'm like, it's not for me, obviously. It's just kind of like, he doesn't, I don't know. I guess he has an appeal. I guess he's popular. But I just was like, I don't really get it. I don't really know. I don't know. Bad luck all around. I bet Zach is just as happy this is happening.
that's what, you know what? I literally keep thinking about that too. And
He's like, whew.
Exactly. But I didn't forget. And listen, there's room for everyone, for me to be on everyone's neck. So the second Zach slips up, I'm sure. But I'm sure he's
Yeah.
another one who's going to just try to like be under the radar a little bit.
I think so, because he
Keep it moving.
has a podcast and didn't like rebuttal or
Yeah.
anything like that. You know what I mean? Which I think again kind of speaks volumes. And that's probably the best way to go for these people who are maybe guilty or allegedly guilty or whatever. Because it's like, what else are you gonna
Can
do
you say,
to
yeah.
rebuttal it? Would be bringing more attention to it. And especially with Zach, there's like video facts throughout the years of everything that's happened. So it's not. And this is looking that same way, right? There's all these clips of like, I'm surprised Gabbi hasn't said anything. I did check her TikTok the other day. I unblocked her to look. I was like, let me see. She stayed unblocked too. I was like, you know what? I kind of miss Gabbi. Yeah, that's whatever. I would love for her to like chime in on TikTok.
Me too.
Her new like inner worked self. She's like Christian now, and I love that. So I was like,
too.
what's your take now?
I know you would think maybe she would chime in, but I guess it's also maybe a slippery slope for her too, because it's like.
She tried to sell the story.
Yes. Which I didn't even know about.
I didn't either.
And you were in the video. You're in the canceled episode. I was watching Spill Sesh. Yes, I was watching Spill Sesh, and then they and she like rehashed. She was like, Gabbi talked about it, and they played a clip of Canceled where Tana tells a story of Gabbi Hanna wanting to tell a story. Didn't say the story, but it's your.
But she didn't say Cody Ko.
She didn't say Cody. She just said Gabbi was trying to
God.
sell the story to a Business Insider or something. I don't. Something like
Weird
that.
one to sell it to.
Yeah.
That's so odd.
But you're in
ew.
there.
Okay.
Yeah. I was gagged. I'm like, oh, Trish. Of course, Trish is in this.
I know. Oh my God, that's so funny. I forget so much. You know, that's when you do like talk too much. You just forget things because you can't hold everything in your head. Because honestly, like that would take up so much space. I like to clear my thoughts, but that's true. I saw Dustin Daly be like, let's not all say Gabbi Hanna's a saint. She tried to sell the story, which she just said it for free on her podcast. So I don't know when she tried to sell it, but
I know, and that's. I don't know how you would even sell. I don't know who's buying stories like that. Like honestly,
TMZ.
but I guess so. And it was that was very interesting. But at least she said something.
Yeah.
That's
true. Yeah,
But I didn't know, like, because I was watching, again, Spill Sesh, she had, like, the video from Keemstar. I realized I had Keemstar blocked. That's why every time you bring it up, I'm like, really haven't seen him. I blocked him. But,
same with
the
me with
video,
Gabbi. I was like, where's Gabbi? I was like, oh.
But he said that he reached out to confirm with Gabbi that he could share that statement. The one where he said, Gabbi told me this years ago, off the record. He reached out to her to confirm that he could share it present day. So I'm sure she at least is aware of.
No, for sure.
Yeah, what's going
chronically
on.
online. I'm chronically online. Everyone's chronically online. They say Brittany Broski's chronically. Like, people are chronically online if you're, like, up with the tea. You know what I mean? That's why it doesn't really work for people like me or Brittany or you to be like, I didn't know. You know, like, you kind of know. There's, like, you could choose, like, to ignore or something, of course. But to say, like, you don't know. Especially with the heat that happened a couple months ago with the Tana, Theo Vaughn, all that stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. When you're already kind of, like, in that bubble.
Yeah.
Like, a freaking... I don't know. Andrew Schultz. I love using him as an example because I still don't know the man. I only know because of Jeff. If someone like that is doing something, I have no clue because I just still don't know who he is. But like in our bubble, for sure, I feel like I know everything.
Yeah. Same. Whew. We should have Spill Sesh on too for a hot topic. I do like her. She pops up a lot now.
Yeah, she's always my go-to. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
She's like very journalistic. I'm still rooting for her and Jeff. I haven't seen much from Jeff lately.
Well, he's like off. He's like on sabbatical right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely getting attention everywhere. All of a sudden now, all the commentary bros came out.
That is so interesting.
Because we talked about it Monday morning and we didn't see all of it. And you're like, yeah, the commentary bros are not saying anything. And then all of a sudden we get off and it's like, Hassan, Moist Critical. Finally, the people you were like talking about, I was like, oh, these are the people that are not saying anything or saying something.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I think it's like I've been thinking a lot about that one too. It is like kind of a sad kind of thing. It's like, okay, when a reliable like guy says something, people pick it up. But also, I think I'm giving the benefit of the doubt because I'm like silver lining, right? Mm-hmm. D'Angelo also had that Gabbi clip, which I think also had a lot of people shift their mindset too. Because it's like D'Angelo said, like a third party corroborating the story does a lot. Mm-hmm. So I'm choosing to believe that also had a lot to do with the big shift, just for my own like.
You think that one Gabbi clip, everyone's like, this
is
it.
I need to believe in something because otherwise, like, damn, that is so sad.
They're like Hannah's been talking for years about this trauma, but there's a Gabbi Hanna clip.
God,
that is just like that. Then we believe it. That's it. Okay, this is real. This has legs.
I know it's so sad. Otherwise, because it's like, damn. I mean, like Tana's talked about it. We covered it. Spill Sesh, like all like the T channels have covered it, and I guess it's all like I said, this side of the internet, which I always thought our side of the internet was like the fun, popular side everyone's plugged into. But then learning now, it's like.
No one takes it seriously.
God forbid if the rhetoric around Tana is widely disliked. Oh my God, if you ever end up in a story like this, what are they going to say? It's like, Jesus Christ.
Can you get more than widely disliked? I don't know.
Like, hate it? Like,
yeah, but I also feel like when it's me, it's just like, oh, it's just Trish, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the Tana thing. But Tana's so widely liked. So that is weird because I never had a widely liked period, except for maybe now, knock on wood, a little bit, you know, but still, I mean, I still get like a lot of like hate or whatever, but it is weird. It is so interesting.
Yeah.
And Tana herself, though, has been talking about this for so long, and I don't understand that, not so long, but she's definitely brought it up multiple times. Actually, another canceled podcast I was in, the second episode of Canceled Ever I was in, and she talks about it. She says, like, shout out Cody Ko, shout out to another YouTuber about people that she, like, hooked up with, you know.
I think, too, I mean, it is funny because, like, seeing those, like, old clips where she, even, like, the one where she was talking about that Gabbi whole saga about, like, she said, like, this other YouTuber was trying to look out for me, but she was trying to, like, protect the guy because she's like, and it was all fine. Like, she kind of puts the blame on herself, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that she was doing that for a long time. I mean, we talk about it, too, with, like, these people who are in the, like, these younger relationships or whatever, these, like, inappropriate, like, grooming situations. Like, they don't realize that it's actually bad until they reach that age.
Mm-hmm.
So Tana is 26 now, so now I think she's thinking of, like, the stuff that, like, older people have done to her as a minor, as a teenager, and now she's kind of more cognizant of, like, me at my big age would never do what these guys did.
Like, a 17-year-old you'd have to hook up with now. Like, that's so wild to think about.
Yeah, so I think that's part of the shift now. I think before it was kind of like, you know, she said 17 or 18, like, it was very quick. 17, 18, you know?
Yeah.
She was kind of looking out for them for a long time, and now at least she is very transparent about the fact. She's like, no, I was 17. You know?
No, and you have to be. And I feel like it does only come out with time because then, like you said, also, we talked about it, like, so briefly, too, is, like, you also, like, want to protect yourself because you think, like, I'm going to be in trouble.
Yeah,
We've had
true.
people sit here before, tell stories and be like, can you cut this part out because they'll say, like, 17 or maybe that's 18, you know, because they're also trying to protect, like, themselves, thinking like they did something wrong, like they're part of the crime or something.
That's so true.
I think that has a lot to do with it. But I still get people I talk to, like, when I was, like, in my early 20s and they were, like, 50 and they're now 60 still, like, trying to talk to me. And I was like, oh, my God, why? And it's going to take a long time till I'm in my 50s trying to hit on, like, a 20-year-old. But it's just so weird and, like, off-putting that still, like, lingers and stuff like that. Granted, it wasn't, like, that grooming situation. But definitely people that have, like, actually wronged me when I was underage, like, never dare, like, come forward, like, try to email me or talk to me or contact me or anything like that. Because I always keep tabs, right? Like, it's kind of, like, it's, like, weird. I don't know how to explain it. But when you've, like, in, like, some sort of, like, I don't know what the word is. Like, when someone has a hold on you, right? Like, when I was, like, underage, right? And these teachers had a hold on me. Like, I still, like, follow up everything they're doing, like, on their Facebook or something like that. And it's, like, they have a very easy way to, like, get in touch with me. And they, like, never have, which I think is, like, so interesting. Especially because I talk about it, like, so much. But some of them are still teaching and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, it's a little, like, off-putting. But I don't know, most of them, like, age out or whatever. But it is funny, like, not funny, haha, but, like, when people, like, come back around, like, so many years later, like, 15 years later, and they're like, hey, you know, whatever. Yeah, it does suck. I mean, I guess it's good. We have men in the world to, like, you know, amplify our voices and be like, wow, someone takes us seriously. Like, it is good. Like you said, it's, like, it's good D'Angelo talked about it because now everyone's talking about it, but, like, it sucks that it, like, couldn't just be Tana talking about it, that people, like, riled, you know, behind her. But, you know, it's good. I guess D'Angelo is the one to be appreciated because he's the one that broke the camel's back where everyone else is, like, now jumping on it.
Yeah, open the floodgates.
Because who's it? Moist Critical Penguins, Charlie, whatever his name is. Like, he did one that had, like, 3 million views in, like, 24 hours. And so I guess in that sense it's good. Like, a lot of people say that's why people don't say anything because then they get shamed if they do. I'm just saying overall we're just pointing out the little bit of the patriarchy here as, like, that, guys. I've always said that people only take me seriously when I sit next to a guy. You know what I mean? Like, then they're like, oh, actually we get Trisha now. And it's like, whatever. It's how it's going to be.
Yeah, it is like a bittersweet thing because, like, I'm so glad everyone is, like, you know, validating Tana's story and stuff, but it is crazy, like, how much it took.
Yeah.
And saying, like, the big shift it's wild to see in real time. You know what I mean? Because it all happened, like, so quickly. Like, it's crazy that it took just one guy to make a video who's liked, and then all of a sudden it became the story. You know what I mean? But it's odd. I mean, even, again, D'Angelo referenced, like, the Rolling Stone article. Like, it did get, like, some pickup. Like, I saw it on BuzzFeed. I saw it on Rolling Stone. Like, I saw a lot of, like, our bubble, like, our genre of creators talking about it and covering it. But in the mainstream, like,
not
D'Angelo,
Philip DeFranco. Yeah,
it's so weird how that changes everything.
Philip did a show, then he did a live the next morning reacting to comments. I was like, okay, just, like, get it. Yeah, it's kind of wild. And I get it. Like, D'Angelo's very, like, soft-spoken, and he only comes out when, like, you know, it's necessary. So it's, like, I get it, as opposed to just, like, us, like, yapping about every little thing. So I get the appeal, but it is, like, crazy because watching people react to it was interesting.
Yeah, the big shift was.
But has anyone
on.
ever even like denounced him? Right? Like Hassan said he was friends with him for 10 years. It's like, are you still friends with him, or are you still like?
That's a good question.
You
I don't
know?
know. Yeah, or like anyone who is like Noel, who's like probably the most closely associated professionally, like, and I assume personally hasn't said anything. I mean,
I think
I don't know.
I get being. I don't know. It is a hard. I just feel like this is like you said, it's like a crime, right? And it's like it's a big one. I feel like it's one of those things where you do have to like officially like detach.
They're also, I'm sure, again, like you said, there was like an awareness, but it didn't become safe to say it until it was the popular take, and that it became the popular take because of D'Angelo, and that shift allowed people to feel safe, you know, saying something or reacting to it or sharing it because it wouldn't affect their bottom line. So that's also like an element to it too.
Yeah. Well, I think in this case, it may save them to like detach.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
now because of that shift.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah. Like, yeah. Because like the Crystalia thing when that happened, like Whitney Cummings like spoke out against him, and she was like so close with him. And I think when it's like something pretty major.
Yeah.
You have to.
Wonder maybe people are waiting for Cody. I don't know. Like whoever's left. But I get also like it is. I don't know. I'm playing devil's advocate because like to be them, like, you know, to like a Brittany and like, you know, have a lot of people be waiting for you to like slip up or whatever. Like you're on this tightrope. Like it is scary to say something either way. But at some point your morality has to kind of kick in and be like, you know what? Like I don't care if this upsets people. Like that's actually messed up and I don't want to be associated with.
Yeah. Also like say what you feel. Yeah. And it's like the way she has perceived herself online is that she would be on Tana's side, and like anyone else, if it wasn't her friend, she'd be like, that's so disgusting. Which I think that's great though. The general, like the whole consensus is like, that's weird. That's disgusting. Because I did see like a little clip of Hassan. He was sitting next to another guy and they're like reading the chat, and the chat had like bad takes, and they're like, no, this is weird. This is weird no matter what. Because like, even if it was legal at 17, still weird. Like still an inappropriate age gap, whatever, even though it's not. But it was like, it was nice to hear that take and Moist Critical too, being like, oh man, this is like sick. Like at least everyone's like agreeing that that's nasty and like gross and like, yeah, a little scary. But especially when you are hanging out with other influencers underage, like 16-year-old Emma Chamberlain. Like I wonder, but then I do feel for Tana too, where she's like I kind of just wanted to go away because like people were just like coming for her for every little thing, and now it's like, oh, now it's like so big, so it's like at
least it's like very validating to her and her story, and also like everyone who like she, you know, she talked about like, oh, the girls who could have related to me who like they probably felt like they couldn't say anything. I feel like at least there's like that element to like the audience who related to her and be like, damn, like I have stories and now I can't come forward because look at Tana. But now the reckoning, it's proof the reckoning always comes one way or another, you know?
Always. It is. And like in that sense too, like you said, the other side of the internet that maybe doesn't like ever talk about Tana, like at least now is like on her side where they could easily have been on Cody's side, which their silence seemed like they were, you know?
And it's also like they get the updated Tana. I feel like again, everyone had the TanaCon, Tana like that's all they remember her for on the other side of the internet. But now they see like actual like mature 26-year-old Tana, like, you know, healthy, self-aware, you know?
Yeah. And she has like a ton of, like the thing is like she has just as much, if not more influence as these guys. So it's just like, it's just so weird that people didn't take her like seriously. I don't know.
Well, that's why I was watching this morning, and like it's the problem with them being a week late because they talked about Alissa Violet, and then it made me mad all over again. I was like, oh hell no.
I know. Yeah, their fire made me fiery. I was like, yeah. Well, especially when you just hear the little added anecdotes that come in with it, like what, like there was a phone call that was also made me so glad that I don't have like no one has my number, like an influencer doesn't have my number, because that would give me so much anxiety. Oh, well, that happened to you. Well, I don't know if you want to talk about the name.
Yeah,
but
ours was fun. Like luckily, but
wait,
like,
you never gave me an update.
Oh yeah, well I was gonna give it to you in person. Yeah,
not on the air.
No, in air. It was nice. Manny.
Oh, it was good. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Again,
Manny, did he send you an audio note or?
Yes. And again, I never check my DMs, but I was just had it open, and I get a notification at the top, and it was like, audio voice memo from Manny MUA. I was like, what? And I was like, did we say anything? So immediately in my head, I was like,
definitely did, I'm sure.
Yeah, same. But he was just like, he was cracking up when we were talking about how you were like, your direct quote was, I don't think I ever said anything about Manny MUA because I wouldn't want it to seem like a hate crime. He really
which is true, which is why the person who stole my $1,800 about my dress, I never call out because he's a queer designer, and that would be not nice. And people, but then they come to my other designers who make my outfits. Leave Eddie alone, by the way. They'll like go and be like, "Are you the one who stole the money from Trisha?" And then I have to like go in those comments and be like, "Why would I still work with this person?" Obviously, I never talked about this person, but yeah, it's actually true. Which kudos to the gays out there. I feel like they should get a little extra pass. You know what I mean? You don't want it to seem bad.
But yeah, that was like a real fear, I guess, that I never had to deal with until now. Yeah, because any other like influencer oomphy I have is like all just like friend of the show, like a Pokey or a Cutie Cinderella or whatever. So
no James Charles and yours. If anyone that I know I talked bad about, I give it to Moses to listen. So if you send me an audio message or something, Moses is gonna screen it for me first to see if I should listen.
Because if I had direct access to Alissa Violet, I would also feel some type of way. Also, but I don't know, I would also go toe to toe with her because actually she really annoyed me again. Hearing Brooke's like take and Tana's take about like basically how she like asked to actually be uncanceled. And they asked always had uncanceled, but
that's crazy.
When she's talking to Brooke, is like being dismissive of their show and their work. I'm like, oh my god, are you serious?
No, but that's why I think like, and again, not an excuse but an exclamation. She might be a little unwell. You know what I mean? Because it's like if you just ask someone, I think she said like the day before or something to be on it, and then like the next day you just, like do that and say that to her. It's like so. It made me sad for Brooke because like the whole thing she said like, oh, what did she say? You're having a moment right now, or like
you're having a moment. Everyone's watching your videos right now because of your Clinton Kane story. It's like, oh, I know that you have to stand up for your co-host who gave you a career.
It's so
like, are you serious?
Yeah, because once again, Alyssa, like you were given careers by like Jake Paul. Like that's how people know you. They know you as Jake Paul's girlfriend, and it's like not a bad thing. I've bounced around to groups and stuff like that, but it's just like, why would you say that? That's so weird. It's so random.
All so again, because I wanted to like the doll. I really did. I really, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I've seen, some things that she's gone through, and I was like, you know what? I feel for the doll. But she's just like, it just annoyed me all over again. The way that she, again, this is like post, right? It's like how she handled the fallout. She goes to Brooke and she's, playing semantics with her. Actually, I didn't call her a dumb whore. I just called her a creepy stalker about Paige Lorenz on the Depop.
Ooh, she Clinton caned her.
She literally, it's like all semantics. And she goes to Tana and it's like, Tana's trying to talk it out with her. And then she's going on and on and on, trying to like say her piece or whatever. But really what it comes down to is like the two sides. She obviously had beef with Tana that she was waiting for an excuse to pounce on. She thought she had the opportunity to do it, but she didn't. But then to like downplay everything, you know what I mean? When you see, I thought she was going to take the L because she said, okay, I don't want to be a part of this internet.
Yeah.
Okay, go off, girl, do your thing. But instead to go toe to toe, she's obviously watching everything because then she texted Brooke, I saw you on a clip of Trisha's podcast. Oh, really? Did you see that, Alyssa? Then check this one out, honey.
Well, thank you for the view.
Yes. Check this one out, girl. You are so wrong and so out of pocket, and I really was rooting for you. I really, really was. But they're right. You're just mean. And I was debating coming on here, coming for her too, being on her neck. But you know what? She's just a mean girl. I'm not trying to dogpile on her. She's just mean. In present day, be coming for Brooke, trying to like downplay her success and like belittle her career, belittle Tana's platform or whatever too. It's like you could have had what they had if you were just nice and you weren't mean to people. Like, what are you gonna do? Make fun of me for being gay or something? I don't know.
Oh my god, that's a hate crime.
Learn from
Could you
Trisha.
imagine? What if she's like, oh my god, and
well, the way that they were talking, they were like, all she does is make fun of people's looks and stuff. Well, like whatever. If we really like, she could, and I already know I could see it. Like, if I have beef with Alissa Violet, which would be so random, but whatever. Like, who is this guy? Whatever. But if you need to know who I am, peep the LinkedIn, honey. Like, check the resume. And LinkedIn is somewhere you should be. And the guy that you were defending should also have been. So go on there. Check that out.
LinkedIn, that's the T right there. A sponsor. Like, you can get a job on LinkedIn.
You can find jobs on LinkedIn. It truly is not that difficult
I don't know how
to
to
see.
use it, though,
You can apply on there.
Yeah.
Check it out, Alyssa. Check it out, other guy. Like, it just really bothered me to no end. And Tana kept saying all she wants is, like, to swim in David Dobrik's pool. I guess that was the big... Moses was right. She just wanted to prove her loyalty to that side or whatever. But
because it's also like 2024. Like, who's trying to like pledge their loyalty to like David?
The Vlog Squad? What?
Not the Vlog Squad.
Like, are you serious? And it's all like... This got me thinking too, because again, like it was like all the soldiers had to fall back in the day, right? Like when David's going through it, then Scotty's got to come up and defend. Like he has like all the soldiers go and like take the one for the team to prove the loyalty. to pledge their allegiance, they have to freaking throw themselves to the
Sky
flames.
one might have been the biggest fall, if you will, the biggest L, as they say. That was so random. Actually, that might be just as. What is more random, Alyssa defending that person or Scotty? I guess Alyssa defending that person
because really, at least Scotty had
friendship,
and like he was a direct associate. This one is like no one was putting the two together until she outed herself.
That was so bizarre. When you really think about it, I'm like, that is so bizarre.
But it's like, are they telling them behind the scenes? Like, are they trying to like rile them up to say something? Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
That could maybe happen.
David and Natalie have never said anything, right, this whole time. But instead, the associates are off to like pledge their allegiance and like throw themselves in front of a bullet or like it's so weird. I don't get it.
I don't either. I know. The canceled episode was so good. We do love a canceled after show here because they were so like, I like to seeing them like not be afraid, not back down. Because sometimes when I get in drama, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I know whatever. And I love that they like just don't back down because like Brooke said, like she speaks the facts, right? And I love what she said because it's very like me in the sense too, where people like think I like lie or make up stuff about people. Is I've always been so careful what I say about other people that stuff can be proven true or not true. But like if I've always been so careful to like say what can be proven true or not because it's like you don't want to get sued, right? Like it's so easy to like prove you're lying, right? If Brooke lied about Zach saying or Clinton, like it's so easy to prove that stuff, you know what I mean? But like Zach corroborated her story, or Clinton corroborated stories. So she was like, I always just say the truth because like you could easily get sued for defamation for all that stuff like that, and Tana too. So they know that they're speaking the truth. They know they're in the right. So it's like they just be louder about it because they're not wrong about it. And I think that's why she's always talked about Cody Ko. Brooke's stories have always been consistent with Zach and Clinton and all that stuff like that. So they're right. They're not going to say stuff that can be proved false or can be proved not true. You know what I mean? So I think that kind of stuff, like choosing your words and your stories and stuff to make sure it's true. Because I've never lied about David and never lied about other people I've talked about, like, because it can be proven by text, by something, whatever I said, it can be backed up. Yeah. And then Jeff backing it up for me. He's like my corroborator, you know what I mean? He's like,
a guy has to do it, but I mean, whatever. We'll take what we can get.
Isn't that it, though? That is that. Which it does suck, and it sucks, and it's like all that stuff like that. But it's nice, I guess, like you said, validation. Someone from inside the house was like, you know what? Actually, everything you said was true, and everything you were thinking is true. And I was like, thank you. Mm-hmm. So.
But I love, too, that Tana was like, pretty much done with like being like the easy target, you know, like that's everyone now should be a little afraid, like the Harry Jowsies, Alissa Violets, anyone who thinks that she's an easy one to dog on, because I think she has also part of her reputation is just like, taking the jokes or whatever, she takes it and she forgives really easily. But she's standing up for herself more, as she should. So.
And she has a book coming out. She's doing a book deal in a couple of years, a book where she's going to like talk about everything. And I just feel like maybe people are like trying to discredit her now, right? It's kind of like, who warned? Oh, Tati. When she's like, just so you guys know, like Jeffrey, remember? It all goes back to Tati, where she's like, Jeffrey, oh God, you guys really need to subscribe to our Patreon or just watch Dramageddon, whatever you want. That final part of Dramageddon, she was so scared in her boots, where she's like, Jeffrey has a list of people he's threatening to expose, so let's all give them grace. I'm like, girl, what does he have on you? Like, why are you saying this? Like, whatever, like warning us all this thing. It's kind of the same thing. Maybe they're trying to discredit Tana because they're like, she's talking about maybe doing a book about a tell-all. And I don't know this information. I don't know what she's actually putting in her book. She just said it here. Like, maybe one day she'll do a tell-all. So maybe people now are like, all these guys that like kind of did her wrong. They're probably like scared. So like, let's try and like discredit Tana or whatever. So it's kind of nice to have that, support, and knowing that she doesn't lie about this stuff is good and validating. Oh man, Tati. I wish Jeffrey did come out with all the receipts that she like thought he was going to. She goes, there's rumors swirling around. He's going to out us all. Let's be nice to them. Like,
I would love to know what's in the vault.
Yeah. Should I just text Jeffrey and be like, could you just tell me the tea? What happened? What did you have on Tati that she was so scared?
Do it.
And I'd be like, off record. Yes. Off the record.
Unless you want to come on the record. I'm interested in that too.
Jeffrey would come on the record. He's like, let me tell you.
And while you're at it, I was thinking about this today. I really, remember Jeffrey's lip scrubs? I just remembered it today because I was like, my lips were a little chapped. And I'm like, God, I can't go on camera after freaking clocking Clinton Kane's chapped tea. I had dry lips too, yeah. I was like, damn, I miss those little sugar scrubs. So
were they good? Bring them back?
I think so. Yeah, they would like. I mean, I think it was just sugar. I don't even know what was in it.
Wait, actual just sugar?
I think because you would scrub it and then you would lick it after. Like,
wait, really?
And they were like flavored.
Wow.
Not sponsored, but yeah.
Not sponsored.
Definitely not sponsored, honey. No, Diva, we're not sponsored.
The no diva. I love that. That's a new catchphrase. Where did that come from?
This diva. You never heard that?
No.
Oh, it's like when
I like that.
It's kind of like ironic, I
diva.
guess. Whenever someone's just like acting, I don't know, auntie with a C.
Oh.
It's like, oh, this diva.
Oh, it's like Hacks, the catchphrase, where it's like, what up?
Yeah.
That was a very that. No diva. That was good. I thought you just came up with that.
No.
I need a catchphrase. That's a good one.
Oh my god, that's so.
Oh, we should just watch Hacks for a Patreon, just the whole 3
It is-
seasons.
I love that show. It's very
so
rewatchable.
good.
Too.
Yeah, I don't want to like end it, but that's a good catchphrase. No diva.
I do wonder though, like, I mean, what does he have? I mean, might as well come say.
I know. I would actually like for me, there's like part of me that would like to have him on the podcast, but I know like our audience gets kind of mad.
I know, because you
and-
also forget it's been so long, and then
I
there's stuff that
know.
comes up. Even watching like Dramageddon and like saying like, you know, Jackie Ina saying her experience. I'm like, oh damn, I forgot
you're
about
right.
that.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm also just very curious.
I'm always curious because you do forget about like certain things. It's like, oh yeah.
I know. Maybe just ask like just for us to know, just the journalistic
Give a little
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a little DM. Be like, so what's the
Was
Tati
that true?
tea?
Yeah. Like, what did you actually have?
And then you have this like really good alibi, and you can't say it's like Legally Blonde. It's like, no, but I know the truth, you guys. You don't even know. And I'd probably spill it. I don't think I could ever like keep something off the record.
It's true.
You know,
do.
because someone tells you like such good, you're like, no, the world needs to know. There's so many times I'm like, you have to talk about this. Like, what? I've talked about every single thing that the world has to know, and like so many people keep it. They're like, no, I don't want to share. I don't want this to come out. I'm like, what? Why?
Why not?
I know, man. On the cancel note, did you see Zach saying is threatening to sue Brooke? Is he suing her or like threatening to sue her?
What? No, I
Wait,
didn't see
what?
that.
I thought you watched the episode. She
did.
talked about how he sent her, what was it, a letter or something like
No,
that?
it was just a call.
Oh, was it a call?
Somebody called her.
On the
so-
main episode?
Yeah.
Or was it the Patreon
So we
episode?
maybe we don't talk about it. You can't talk about stuff behind paywall, right?
I think you can mention it. Well, I guess
Well, we saw it on
advertised.
TikTok. We saw a clip on TikTok.
Yeah.
She
So it
just
might be
mentioned
on
that somebody called her saying that he's going to, or I think kind of like trying to say like,
Scare
hey,
her.
stop talking about it.
Oh, wow.
Was it the
basically.
Patreon? Must be the- We saw it on TikTok, but don't upload things behind a paywall, by the way. But if you want to go to the Patreon. I don't know their
I
URL.
instantly joined their Patreon,
You
by the way. I
did?
haven't finished the
You haven't seen
episode
the
yet.
episode. Okay, so
Because, you know what? That's funny, because I was driving up, and I got to the point where it was like, I know you guys are excited about hearing about Zach Singh, but, and then I lost
so
service.
that's what it is.
Yes.
Oh,
That's how it
Oh,
started.
okay, yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's literally the part where I ended on. That's so
yeah.
funny.
He's trying to
But the
intimidate
Patreon
her.
is good. I mean, I mean, not Spawn, but like Wish.
Yeah.
'Cause- there you go.
Sponsors, we have one. Go to patreon.com/JessTrish and patreon.com.
That's
Maybe, is it
canceled.
canceled? Is that it?
Or a canceled podcast, I think.
Oh, okay.
But it's one episode so far, but it's solid.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting. And then even his co-host was trying to like tell Brooke like,
Really?
yeah, hey, he said, what can I do to settle this? And she's like, why are you calling me? Why are you texting me? Like, you have nothing to do with it, whatever. So, also, that is weird. Like, why is he on Zach's behalf, like, talking to Brooke? It's like, I don't like that. Like, the ganging up on.
Especially
It's like,
because they were friends. I feel like that's also very different. Like, it's not just like a, podcast to podcasting. It's like, they were like good friends at some point. So.
That's disappointing. He did say something. It wasn't like defamation, but he said something like defaming of character or something. And that's when she's like, let me be very clear. Like, I have never said anything, like one lie about this. Like, everything I said has been the truth and stuff. Yeah. You guys should check it out because then Tana also talks about what Zach would say about Ariana and stuff. Like when
that was
he'd get
wild.
it. Yeah.
So.
So.
I saw a clip of that too. I was like, oh yeah, y'all don't be clipping their.
I know. Well,
oh my God.
that's like the tease we saw. So go see because there's more probably to it. But
I gladly joined.
but that is
so
annoying.
quickly.
Yeah. Well, they have
it
a
is
lot of
worth
people.
it.
You said a lot of people joined.
Yeah, I think
so.
Like
They're
the
good.
video itself had like 4,000 likes, and I joined like not that late, like maybe like 8 hours after they opened it. So I don't know. Yeah.
I gotta join because honestly, like I do see the clips online, but it doesn't like deter me from like signing up because I'm like I want to know, I want to see the full context and hear the full story because you do only see clips on it, but
No, it's worth it. And
Yeah.
for, like whenever I see clips of like ours too, I mean, people. I do kind of feel bad because our audience is like, I don't know. I feel like we're more tight knit because they're like, they'll DM me and be like, oh, can I post a clip of this? And it's like something really cute and like short. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I remember we told Tana and Brooke that.
Oh, right.
No, we never have a problem.
Well,
and then,
yeah, we're also less popular,
Yes.
so
You
they have
guys-
so many people.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, right. I haven't didn't see much of, but I guess it's hard to differentiate because it's like it's on
It's
the
the
same.
same- yeah.
Not that ours isn't, but
Same. Yeah.
yeah. We have the little extra mukbang background.
That was
Oh,
too
we gotta
funny.
organize that too. That little mukbang area. It looks a little, after later. Not now. Whatever. Most like what? Don't.
But if he does anything, I feel like it also just makes him look so bad. Like, cause it, like, right?
Yeah, guilty.
Like,
Guilty.
yeah.
Like, why are you trying to silence somebody? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, these boys. I can't. I cannot with them.
Zach's situation is obviously like in comparison to Cody Ko, it's like so much like you could probably talk about it and like, especially with Brooke, I feel like Brooke is such a also like a forgiving person, and I think if he just took a lot of accountability and was like, too ambitious, like I just was thinking of the show, blah blah blah, and then I think she would pretty easily just like
Let it go.
hang it up. Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's all I needed. But it's like the doubling down, the tripling down, the trying to call and like, what's going on? How can I settle this? What's wrong? I don't like it, but he did give me the ick on the Tari. I mean, I did feel some type of way about it. I was kind of like, And I would say Dan on there too. They were being a little bit, a little much with her. She's 23 and they're in their 30s. And I was like, that's a little like the dating and what you want to date with and single. And it's like, she's that girl, right? That's very just like goes with the flow. Like, yeah, I'll go on a date with anybody.
Oh my
And
God.
date with Dan. She's like, yeah. Like, just putting in that situation. It's like, ugh.
We're seeing the cycle, Tana all over again.
Yeah.
Aren't we? I mean,
Yeah.
everyone always compares Tana and Tara. And it's like, that is exactly how
Yeah.
guys treated Tana.
Yeah.
Like, because she was just the cool girl down for anything.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, guys just thought they could kind of act any which way with her,
And it's certain people. And like you said, it's Tana, it's Tara. And it's like, yes, they like play into it because they're like young and they're like, whatever. And maybe it's like not that serious in the moment, whatever. But then watching it as like older people or whatever, you're just kind of like, ew. And like, I really like both of them. And like watching that really changed my opinion because I was just like, this is really weird. And they were like really pressing it and just, I don't know, just like inappropriate stuff. Where again, I feel like the more this is talked about, maybe people won't think that's like appropriate anymore. It's like late night talk show hosts, right? They used to always be like so inappropriate.
Yeah, like very sexualizing, like young
all the
actresses,
time.
pop stars.
Brooke Shields was like one that got. If you look at her old clips of when she was like 13, of people like talking like sexual about her and saying how sexy she is and stuff, and I'm just like, this is crazy. So it's like obviously it was like learned, but like now that people are talking about it and saying how gross and inappropriate it is, like. Hopefully we're seeing less of this. You're not seeing Jimmy Fallon like, hitting on, who's a young actress? Dakota Fanning? Is she a child? I don't know.
She's definitely an adult. But
Well, who's a child? I don't know. Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's not like being like, ooh, look at this sexy girl. You know what I mean? Like they know now. So, or even back in the day, Family Feud was God, this is so old, but like Richard Dawson, he in like the 70s, he would kiss each of the female contestants on the lips. Yeah.
Really?
And he would do it. And so now we watch Family Feud and you don't see Steve Harvey like kissing all the girls on the lips. You know what I mean? Like it kind of evolves over the years. But yeah. So the more we talk about it, the better to be like, this is kind of gross and inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
But they should know. But I guess, I don't know. Like
It's very much like the culture surrounding the individual that like affects it though. Like a Sydney Sweeney, like pre her like big breakout, I feel like people would always sexualize her, joke about like her boobs or something, blah blah blah. Like a lot of her interviews were like, oh, like what about your body, like your fitness routine? It's all very like underlying tones of like tell us about your tits, basically.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but now I think there's like a shift where it's like actually. Let's talk about her as a producer. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It is weird. Like, same with Margot Robbie when she started versus now. Like, before she was, like, a sex kitten or whatever. Mm-hmm. And, like, it was all very much like, tell us about having your feet in the movie. And, like, it's so weird.
Did someone say that, the feet?
Yeah, because that was her thing. Like, in all her movies, she always had, like, a weird, like, foot, like, close-up scene or whatever. Since Wolf of Wall Street or whatever.
There was feet in Wolf. I didn't know.
Mm-hmm. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood too.
Well, that's Quentin Tarantino. That's to be expected. Yeah. Margot Qualley or whatever
she
had
put
hers.
her foot on Leo and Wolf of Wall Street.
We did that picture for that magazine.
Oh, in
You
the
and me.
shoe, right? Yeah. That's kind of iconic, though. Who was the director of that?
I don't
Martin
know.
Scorsese?
Maybe, yeah.
Sounds
sounds
familiar.
right.
Interesting. I mean, yeah. I don't know about the feet thing. I don't know how to feel about that. I guess it's fine. I don't know.
I
Quentin
don't
Tarantino
know
always
either.
did it.
To me, like, I just don't. It's so like not my thing. So they're like silly to me. So it's like but some people really go off on it.
I remember Margot Qualley's. I don't know where her feet were like this in the Brad Pitt and her, like they did a shot from the windshield. It was just like her feet like pressed against the windshield. And I was like, I don't get like I don't get a sexual reference from maybe people do. I don't know.
I need to make sure I'm remembering this right. I remember really random, but there's a photo of The Rock, and I want to say EW magazine, where it was all just like women's feet all over him.
Wait, really?
I
want to
think
see.
The Rock cover. Oh yes, GQ. Like, why are their feet just like tickling him in his ear? Did you see? This is a big shift, but I have to get your take on it because I know you love a bad national anthem. But Ingrid Andress,
Yes.
her terrible national anthem.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air.
Is she a Grammy Award
She's
winner?
I believe 4-time Grammy
Wait,
winner.
what? So is she
Country's-
known?
I think in the country community.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like
And-
maybe it's like Hawk Tua, Ingrid Andress.
Oh, can I just tell you, this Hawk Tua girl? I mean, let me tell you. I swear, Moses had a call with someone who's like, by the way, I got the Hawk Tua girl who's interested. Like, so it happened with the voicemail, right? This voicemail. I'm her manager. Are we good for the podcast on Wednesday? It was supposed to be day. I'm like, that's why I asked you. I was like, did you talk to her? Like, what? What are you talking? No, nothing. Then I got another. Oh, the Hawk Tua girl. Like, she wants to be on your or we're pitching her for your podcast. Like through another like reputable. I'm like, what? And I was like, I'm not doing like a thing where I'm like to Brittany Broski where I'm like, no, absolutely. Or Whitney Cummings where I'm like, absolutely not. I hate that. Like I was just like, I kindly pass right now. We're doing whatever 2 times a week. And then Moses got on a call with someone and they're like, hey, do you want the Hawk Tua girl on your podcast? I was like, what is happening? Like every avenue possible. And I was just like,
Maybe that's how industry plants are. You know, they're just planting them from every
maybe.
direction.
Because these are like higher up people we've been talking to, and everyone's been telling us about Hawk Tua girl. I'm like, no, literally no offense to Hawk Tua girl, but it's like we do 3-hour podcasts. Like she doesn't want to be the Hawk Tua girl. What are we supposed to ask her about? You know what I mean? Like I just like whatever. But it was so interesting. Anyways, but yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like a La Roach situation and no nows and no forever. It's just right now.
Right.
Haley, we can definitely
Haley
serve about-
Welch is her
Haley
name,
Welch,
yes.
Yeah, I respect. I wasn't familiar with her game, but once I did and I saw, she's, shutting down guys, she seems to be like a cool girl. So
No, totally.
but
and
it's
I
just
don't-
right now, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want her to think
maybe
like-
when the documentary comes out, we dive into her lore a little bit more.
Totally.
Then we'll know.
Yeah, when things become sensationalized, like George Santos, Gypsy Rose, we're like, oh, bring them on. You know what I mean? But where is George Santos now? Did he just disappear? He's like, bye.
Kind of, yeah.
He's like, I'm out.
Maybe still on Cameo. Probably cheaper now.
He got
I'm
that
sure.
cameo bag. He's like, bye, gotta go. Anyways, back to this girl. She was drunk or what?
Yeah, so she performed the national anthem and it went terribly. It was so sad because
I know.
at first, okay, let me backtrack a little bit. At first, I didn't know who she was. I thought it was Tate McRae because everyone was saying on Twitter, Tate McRae, like, what are you doing? And I was like, this cannot be Tate. Like, she's a good singer. Like, what?
Yeah.
And then it ended up being like people were trolling, and it was actually.
But this girl's a
country
good singer.
She's a Grammy winner, yeah. So it was very, very bad. Fergie even commented that she took the crown, so now she is officially the worst national anthem performer, and not Fergie.
Wow. I liked Fergie's rendition.
That's why I thought you would like Ingrid's.
Well, I didn't like this because Fergie had like vibes. She had like a little bit of a jazz feel with hers, but like this one was bad. This was just like
just bad, yeah.
And then I saw this statement where she's like, checking myself into rehab today. I was like, damn, that's so dramatic.
I
Like,
know.
what?
She said that she was just drunk. And the direct quote was, I'm not going to y'all. I was drunk last night. I'm checking myself into a facility today to get the help I need. That was not me last night. I apologize to MLB and the fans in this country. I love so much for that rendition. I'll let y'all know how rehab is. I hear it's super fun. XO Ingrid.
That seems like a parody. That doesn't seem like real. Like, what?
I think she was trying to be a little cheeky at the end. Like,
Like-
everyone says, oh, like Promises Malibu or, that vibe,
I've never been there.
Me either, but it does sound like a vibe.
That's like just like you can go for a retreat, right? It's not necessarily like a
It
rehab.
seems like booze. It seems like, yeah.
Sometimes when I was spiraling, I was often told to. There's another one called like Meadows, I think in Arizona.
Oh.
Yeah, and people were like, "You should go there" and whatever. And I like thought about it. I should have maybe.
See, that's I think the vibe Ingrid was.
a little retreat, a little
yeah.
mental health retreat.
But yeah, I mean, I feel for her because that is really embarrassing. But I think
yeah, especially when you're a good singer.
it's like the drunk thing. I guess because she's drunk. If that was me, I would have a key. I'd be like the next like Hawk Tua girl. I'd be like, I'm the national anthem girl. You know what I mean? Like I'd go performing
I
it.
agree. Like I go on tour with it. It's something weird with the Star Spangled Banner though that people get really mad if you like don't perform that right. Like Roseanne
that's
Barr,
true.
like
Yeah.
everyone was so mad at Roseanne. She said that she did that as like a statement or something. That she was
Wow.
like, it's like my anti-establishment or something. I don't know. She
Remember
was like,
there was a little girl too who had performed it a couple months
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
Everyone was mad at her.
and she was like so cute and little. She had this cute cute little outfit on, and I was just like, what?
She was doing her best. Yeah.
And that's a little girl. Like, okay, like if you're 10 and still like discovering your voice, like you should not get hate on it. But this was bad. I didn't know she was famous. I didn't know this person was famous, but I was like, it's a big, like whatever, arena, stadium, wherever she was in. And I was like, that's great. I still would love to see this Star Spangled Banner somewhere. You think I would get hate? Because I would give it my all for real. But I think I'd get hate because it's like not good. Like it's not in key or something.
I think we were better at it than you give yourself credit for. Didn't you perform it on our 4th of July episode?
We did. We did a whole...
Yes.
I saw it clipped. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It was like we were vibing with the music, and then they cut to Moses, and the music would stop, and then it would go back, and we tried to pick it up.
I wish that I knew the words before.
I love that you tried, honestly. I love when people try. My biggest annoyance is when people don't want to... I don't want to sing. I'm too shy. I'm too embarrassed. I like when people just try, including when people don't know the words or don't know the tune. I think
I'm
that's...
still shocked from the words of it.
Yeah. Well, that one might have been had the wrong lyrics. Because you said something that was totally like random, and I was like, I don't know if those are the lyrics, but I would really like to. I don't know when I would sing it, but not like at the Super Bowl or anything, but maybe.
Yeah, I mean, think about all the random sporting
Yeah.
games. Like, this one was kind of big, I guess, MLB. I think that's pretty big for baseball.
They sing the Star Spangled Banner at a baseball game?
I think at every single game. Like, you probably go to, like, freaking racquetball, and they probably sing the national anthem.
No
so maybe you
way.
could start, like, a racquetball and then work your
Maybe
way up.
pickleball is more trendy.
Oh, yeah,
I would go
pickleball. That's what
pickleball.
I was thinking every so
They
right.
play that in Hacks,
yes.
too.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's how I know about it.
Wait, is that how you found out about pickleball?
Yes, and then I
Really?
saw Target had a pickleball collection randomly.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was
And
like, dang, pickleball must be...
No,
It's like tennis.
in the last couple of years, it's been pushed hard.
Wow.
Like pickleball, it became a thing.
It's a plant.
Yeah.
It's the octopus of the world,
yeah.
octopus lover. Moses is the octopus lover. Every time we go, like his favorite restaurant is this place that has octopus. There's one in Montecito.
Oh, he's
There's
literal.
one here. He's at it. I'm like, you're
I'm
like,
literally.
yeah, like you're literally the octopus lover. That's what you should be, because he's like, they just have really good grilled octopus here, and I was like, oh my god, okay, octopus lover. And then I was like, I bet Jake Shane loves an octopus.
We should reach out for a statement.
Yeah,
about
he
his
really-
association with octopus.
I wonder why.
In my head, I just thought he meant the animal. Like, he likes, like, that's his favorite animal. But maybe eating octopus makes more sense.
Octopus lover.
Yeah. That
Or
is
do you think
really
it's more
specific.
cheeky, like
No,
the
but
puss lover
sometimes
part?
it can be
Yeah, like that probably makes
Oh.
more sense. Like octopus lover, like that's probably
because wasn't there a James Bond
Yeah.
Octopussy?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Maybe.
That's it.
I saw, not even to go back to cancel, but I forgot for a second. Tana wrote a poem about Alissa Violet that she said she was inspired by Jake Shane, who writes poems about his bad
Oh,
experience with
really?
people, and I thought that was everything.
I didn't hear the poem.
It was everything.
I need to watch it. Dang, I didn't see it.
It
It happened
was,
last night, and I was in Glam at literally
And
like
they
4 a.m.
post
this
so
morning.
late, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, dang. Moses was like trying to like debrief me. I was going up the stairs to get a turkey sandwich. I'm like, I'm running late. I need to get a turkey sandwich. And
I
then
was
he's trying
on the
to-
elliptical
She was like
listening.
the president running to me. And I'm following
Trying to
her. I'm like,
debrief.
Literally, he's
Brooke
like, look
said
at this,
this,
look at
Hannah
this.
said that.
I was like, oh my god. It
Director
is-
of communication.
Yeah, literally, that's what it felt like. I was like, okay, I gotta go get this sandwich, so let's walk and talk.
I was like, I don't know, 4 a.m. I was like, woke up feeding Elvis, and sometimes I'll like flip the phone on, and then I saw cancel episode
It's a
dropped in
big
the
one.
middle of the night. I was like,
Oh, you're like, oh, really? Was it the
people
middle
were
of the
like,
night?
Yeah.
this has to be.
Yes, late.
People were like, this has to be Tana. Like,
I wonder who uploads at that time, because if it's someone working for them, like who works at midnight? You know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
that's weird.
I guess they must have just adapted to Tana's schedule. That's what too. I was
Yeah.
like, when they were talking about like needing help with Patreon, I was like, do I pitch myself? But I was like, I don't know if I could keep up with that schedule. I'm dead asleep by the time
Yeah.
Tana is like, it's like a nocturnal.
That's
schedule.
true. I guess you have to be on that schedule too.
it's probably like us, with the minute we finish filming, we're in a rush to release it. So probably that's the moment they finished editing and just pushed it out.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
Or
really?
Tana approved. I think they probably
the
edited
approvals,
it.
because they do say they both have to like have approvals and
Yeah.
notes, and well, Brooke was saying like, yeah, shake it. That
Yeah.
gets us on our toes faster because we have to have the approvals. Approvals are hard. That's why I don't like guests either. Like getting approvals to people, not
is
like
what-
Brooke, Tana, Jeff. Obviously, we love them, and Harry, but like anyone else is like when there's so many notes.
Yeah,
I'm like,
especially our turnaround's just less than 24 hours. It's like 12 hours
Yeah.
realistically. So yeah, especially when our episodes are like 2-3 hours, someone has to really sit down and like listen to all of it. It's a lot for
It is a
our
lot.
tight turnaround.
shout out Jimmy for listening to all of it.
I know Jimmy is so quick with it.
And he's busy too. He was like, although he did send us a picture of his dog looking
I know
freaky.
it, which I love.
Love that.
I was supposed to go to Jimmy's Christmas in July party, but it was Saturday when I had a mental breakdown,
Oh.
so I let him know. But
we
I
did
really
not get
want to
that
go
invite.
to. Where did you want to go?
Awkward.
Yeah, I was like, you want to come.
I like an invite. Do you know what I mean?
That's
like I like the
true,
invitation.
But DragCon is Saturday, so I'm really convincing I'm trying to convince Jimmy to go with me, even though I might not. I'm not even 100%. But I thought it'd be funny because I feel like at DragCon, like me and Jamie would be like, everyone would be like, oh, just Trish, in my head, just because Vanessa Vanjie Mateo.
Yeah.
Just, Vanessa Vanjie said
yeah, she there?
Yeah, she's there.
Shout
so I'm
out.
like, maybe there's more.
No, definitely would know you.
Wear the pink shirt.
That's
wear the Just Trish pink shirt.
Yes, me and Jimmy can go on our merch.
They'll
that would be
definitely be
cute.
like Just Trish.
Okay, I wish we had the hoodies. I'd give you that. That would have been so cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, go represent Just
That's
Trish
what
over
I'm
there.
thinking. Yeah,
No,
maybe.
you know what? I know. I do sell shorts. I'm like, no one knows, but like some of them do.
Maybe I think
some of the
in
drags
that
do.
world, I think maybe a few of them would because Vanessa, some of the Canada girls have given us shout outs before.
Yes.
So yeah, Sugar and Spice, we'll see them.
Oh my god, you think they're all there?
Yeah, the lineup is like anyone who was
Wow.
on it recently is there. But
Is
like
it just RuPaul people?
It's
Rue
mostly
girls?
the Rue girls, yeah, from all over the globe. Like it's
Wow.
Mexico,
Oh my
it's
God.
Brazil, it's
Must
France,
be 1,000 people
Canada.
there.
It's a lot. The lineup is like
Wow.
insane. But obviously no Trixie, she's on hiatus. No Katya, no like Bob, no Monet. But like
I'll step in as host for
the ones who've
Trixie.
been.
Anyways, go ahead.
The pit stop, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is that the one? Someone's like they need a host. Yeah, I think for the podcast too.
Oh, the bald and the beautiful.
Yeah.
You can be bald.
I would love to be bald. I've been bald. Jimmy, insert videos. I've been bald a couple times and I love it. I really love
There
being
you
bald.
go.
It's so great. I would shave my head for it. Let me on there. Okay, so it's a whole.
Yeah, it's Friday and Saturday. I
you-
went last year. It was.
Did you like it?
Fun. Yeah, it was
What
fun.
do you do?
You kind of just walk around, see a lot of gay stuff.
Love it.
What's gay stuff?
Just the Teletubbies were there. They did a meet and greet.
I want them on the podcast. I love them.
Do they talk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They say tubby toes.
Oh.
Tubby time. Uh-oh. My daughter knows.
I think
again.
most of the show will be, oh
my
bye-bye.
I live for the Teletubbies.
There you
yeah.
go. They're gonna be there, I'm sure.
my
again.
gosh,
yeah.
fun.
But I just like to. You usually have to like buy like a T-shirt or something. Then you got to go like meet the queens and chit chat and get a photo and stuff.
Okay,
But,
so it's like a meet and greet.
yeah, it's basically just a whole meet and
Fun.
greet convention, and then they have
Oh.
panels and stuff. But I didn't go to those. I kind of just.
I love
went
conventions
around.
like that. I do. Like that's the one Matthew Lillard's are not the drag con, but like he's
you
always
never
at
know.
like
Yeah.
Comic Cons, and I always want to go. I just do have such a fear of like truly of like crowds or like those kind of
Yeah.
things. What
Last-
is it? Like what's that fear? It's,
I don't know what the actual word is, but I get it. Especially
Yeah.
when I went to DragCon, it was fine. But I've seen videos of like, there's this one girl, God, I forget her name, but she like reviews conventions.
Oh.
Like that's her whole thing. Like she goes to all these conventions. This YouTuber, God, I can't believe I'm forgetting her name, but she goes and reviews them, and like she'll have videos of like the lines being crazy or like the safety protocols being terrible, and I'm like, damn, she puts herself in the line of fire.
She's the
Yeah.
Comic Con Karen. She's like, look, by the way, they didn't have this and
Yeah, but
this.
tea, like she clocks her tea 100%. Like
Oh, it's,
she
like,
clocks
valid.
VidCon's tea. Yeah, she was
Okay.
like, honestly, you guys shouldn't go to VidCon anymore. Like, there's nothing here for you. Like, it's
Wow.
very bad. Yeah.
Is she always negative, or does she have anything positive
No,
to
there's
say?
some she's positive about.
Okay.
She's just honest. Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
But she.
Damn, those conventions, they need to
but
step up their game.
There's some like you see the crowds like even just getting in where you can't like move or whatever. I'm like, oh,
That's what I hate. I don't think I guess they used to be like that, like especially Comic Con San Diego.
Comic Con's the worst.
If
yeah.
you don't have like VIP press, whatever, or something like that, like those are actually awful. And even when I did go with like Sci-Fi and like Stanley, like it still was like so many people and it was giving me so much anxiety. So
Yeah.
I like the idea of going to all those things, but
Sounds like a public claustrophobia almost.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like
At
I'm
some
not
point.
claustrophobic, so I don't
No,
know.
but that's what I mean. Like at some point, there's a mass of people. Then it
That's
creates
true.
a claustrophobia from that
That's a
mass
good
of
point.
people.
I
Yeah.
know. I would
But
go
also
to,
those places are people that are dedicated fans. So you know you're gonna get mobbed. You know, it's different. Like you go to a mall, maybe a few people here and there.
oh,
but
like VidCon, you mean?
here, yeah, like suddenly you get
God,
everyone
crazy.
walking towards you.
That's why I like Broadway shows because the theaters are so small. So it's like it's really like only maybe like 200 people in there with you at the time. So it's like not as
yeah.
crazy. But
DragCon at least last year was so open that like it really was just like it was chill.
Okay.
Yeah, at least last year. Although I did have one of RuPaul's little drinks, the House of Love cocktails, and I never really my tolerance is low, granted, but damn, I had a sip of that House of Love. I was spinning.
What's
I was,
House of Love? What
it's
is it?
RuPaul's brand of cocktail, and it's in a can. It's cute. It's like pink. It has like hearts on it. And, like,
ooh,
love.
we need them to
Literally.
sponsor.
Yeah, we
Get
need to be
it on
sponsored by
here.
House of Love. But let me tell you, it's legit. Like I had like just little.
It's powerful.
I was like,
Wow.
whew. I was like going around.
That's a good endorsement because it's like if you don't have a lot of money, just
That's
get one
true.
can. Just
One
sip,
House of Love.
save
yeah.
it for the next time.
And you're good.
We should get RuPaul on the podcast.
That'd be everything.
She was on Call Her Daddy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was like, not only was he himself, he was like he has like a drag king version of himself. Because if you see him on the show, he's definitely like, you know, or even his house tour, he wears like a full glitter pantsuit. This one, he was definitely just like, I have a beanie and a hoodie. And I was like, oh.
Did he have the under eye patches on this one? Was that the one?
Maybe,
like the gold, like under eye?
No.
He just had his freckles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't see He had gold.
There's some where like,
I love
even
that.
like on Drag Race during quarantine, like he like had to obviously host the show, but he had like just like a face key, like a mask on. Wouldn't even get in drag. Wait, he was like stuck at home, so he couldn't have like a makeup artist. So yeah,
that's so
I
funny.
love like down just neighborly Rue. Like,
yeah, I like neighborly Rue. I love Rue's house too. I want to go like live in that house.
That's a fierce house. Yeah, the closet is crazy.
I want him on the podcast. I wonder what it takes to get him on. Like, why didn't he do Call Her Daddy and drag?
I think because he had to
Extra?
get paid
It's like, that's extra money.
because he doesn't even go to the Emmys in drag. Like he doesn't, like award shows. No, I think literally Drag Race he will because he gets paid to do that show and that's his, bread and butter.
But I feel like he was really about like matching her in the sense of like I'm coming in my sweatpants and
I didn't
feeling
know
comfy.
that was the vibe of Call Her Daddy. I would have gone in sweatpants too. I didn't know. Because I went, she was.
I think it went that extreme because otherwise he's like in a tailored suit and super like dapper and all.
Yeah, he always looks so good as Ruru.
A lady who was on our show. Well, that transition was wild.
A lady? What lady was on our show? Just a random lady?
Friend of the show, a female friend of the
I
show.
know.
A gal pal of the show.
Are
There you go.
we keeping her anonymous?
No, I was gonna say her name now. Pokimane.
You're like a lady. We won't say
That
who.
was a transition. That was a struggle of a transition. But Poki, did you see her? She bid herself on for like a charity. It's like a charity auction to game with her, and the bid was $500,000 to game with her.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
And someone bid it?
Someone bid $500,000. Although, sometimes people bid crazy things and then like they do it as a gag or whatever. But last I checked, it's the $500,000 was still up.
She strikes me as someone who would have fans that would be like, I'll pay $1 million to breathe the air you breathe.
It doesn't surprise me really, but it does gag me. It doesn't surprise me, but it does gag me.
Wow.
Yes.
Pokimane's unstoppable.
I mean, at that point, it's scary.
Are
Somebody
you
with
the
that
same
much
person?
money
Yeah.
and
Why did you spend? We're so like a paranoid thinking about it. Be like,
True,
but why did you spend that much? Like,
Because I mean,
no, that's true.
That's true. Hopefully they would do a little bit of a background check
course.
or something, but it's for
and that she doesn't have to fly to Dubai or something.
Yeah.
And it's for Sea Dogs.
Who's Sea Dogs?
Charity auction.
Sea Dogs. That sounds sus.
He, I guess, does these charity auctions frequently. I think he did one last year too.
Dang.
Yeah.
What would we auction off?
That's a good question.
I guess come have some Wendy's with us in my car.
I wonder how much that would go for. What do you 500,000?
Yeah, 50,000. Yeah, I would do it.
I do wonder like what the highest bid for like a mukbang with Trish would be. I don't know.
I don't think that much. I would dip a charity.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do something now with the charity thing, but I don't know if it will work out, like kind of like a show type, but we'll see if it works out.
Oh, that's everything. Yeah, giving back.
Yeah, because I was like, I should do that more. I used to do that a lot. I need to do that more. And I think like something like that would be fun, like a little charity fundraiser. I don't know if anyone's going to get a mukbang with me. I don't think that's like that pricey. I think we got to do like a show or a performance or something, but...
Something big. You want to do a bigger production.
Yeah,
I see.
I want to...
I mean, but it is the equivalent. She's playing video games, so they play games
That
with
is a
her.
performance, yeah.
It's the same thing. Like,
Eating?
I
That is
think
the
here
performance.
it's even more fun. Like they're in the car with you eating. That's even
yeah,
more.
no, Pokimane for sure. It's worth the gaming for sure. I was saying.
No, I'm saying that's the equivalent of gaming for you is doing a mukbang.
Easy, I'll do it. I'll do it any day. Honestly, it doesn't take much. That'd be everything. I want a mukbang. You know what my mukbang dream is? I might actually just go get it today. I don't know. I've been craving it so bad. From Hacks, the coconut cream cake that Tom Cruise gives everybody.
Oh,
Have you tried it?
no.
It's in your area. It's literally
Is
2
it?
minutes. It's Doan's Bakery in Woodland Hills.
I've never heard of it.
Wait, yeah. So I
saw it in Hacks, but I hadn't heard it before.
Oh my god, it's the first episode of season 3, and they're like talking about this coconut cake that Tom Cruise gives everybody, and they made it look so good. I don't even like coconut. I do not care about coconut at all, and I was like, that's all I think about constantly is this coconut cake, and I was like, maybe I should just go on to the Valley and get a little coconut cake. It's not on Postmates. It is on Goldbelly. They were recently closed for like 10 days.
I just saw that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's 4th to the 15th.
Yeah, so they're like recently open, but they have the coconut cake.
$130 for the coconut cake though.
It's not even designed like the Taylor Swift one. It's just
just
like
a
a
bun
coconut
cake, yeah.
Like, how is it that good? Do you think Tom Cruise really sends it to everyone? I googled why he would do that, and there's no reasoning or
I
explanation.
didn't even know Tom Cruise was a Woodland Hills girl, but okay.
Well, he probably has someone go get the cakes.
I guess.
It was Katie Holmes' favorite cake, so he started sending it to people. I guess it's a real thing that he does, but their website says a certain celebrity sends all these cakes to his A-list friends, and I was like, oh my god! But Hacks really called it out. It looked so.
It does look really good. White chocolate coconut cake.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you a coconut person?
Yeah, I like a coconut flavor. I like. I mean, I haven't just bitten into a coconut or whatever, but I do like coconut flavor. Like Almond Joy. I like an Almond Joy.
You do. See, I don't usually, but this looks just so good.
It looks really, really good. I can't believe it's that expensive. $130.
$130 is wild for a cake.
Yeah, just a regular sized bun cake, but.
Oh yeah, that's what appeals to me too. Is I love a nothing bundt cake, and then this is like that with the coconut.
Damn, I actually we have to do it. I think.
Okay, should we do it for Patreon?
We might have to.
Okay, pick one up. Put it on the incidentals.
It says you can get it as quickly as this Saturday.
Oh wait, what? Why does it take so long? I wanted it today. Why is it taking so long?
Fall off a coconut tree?
I love that meme.
Wait, what?
That meme.
What meme?
Kamala Harris. What do you think? You fell out of a coconut tree? What is it? You exist in the context or something like that.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
There's like remixes and songs and all.
But she said, "What did you fall out of a coconut tree?"
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? And then she itch balls. She goes,
"Really? Yes. What does that mean? You just fell out of a coconut tree?"
Don't try to make sense of what she says.
What's the saying? But isn't there a saying similar?
She's saying you think you just appeared out of
fell out of a coconut.
Yeah,
like
you have a
money,
greater purpose or something.
Yeah, money doesn't go on trees.
But there's another similar saying that's like, I didn't just fall off the Apple truck yesterday or something.
Huh?
Yeah. Wait, what? You guys don't know this? This is
I
the
don't know,
big
but
saying.
it sounds like the same. Like I wasn't born yesterday.
I didn't fall off the turnip truck yesterday. That's the saying. Yeah.
It reminds me of the apple dance everyone's doing. I guess the apple. I split the apple and it's a pineapple down symmetrical line. You haven't seen the apple dance? I think Brooke did it.
They're probably getting paid. I know this dance. Yeah.
It makes me scary. It makes me just want to die.
Oh, Octopus didn't do this.
I think everyone. Glenn Powell did it, so everyone's
yeah. So there's sometimes people will pay you to use sounds, and I did get offered this one, but the company was a little sketchy. Like, put your information here, and that's how you get paid. I need to get paid by PayPal or Zelle. I don't need to get paid by through a third party website, which could be legit. I type in to see if it's legit, but I'm like, I don't know. But it was to a song, and it was some weird dance everybody was doing, and I was like,
like this one.
Yeah, and it was kind of like did this or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that dance.
Okay, well, it's manufactured. I guess that works. Then they get the high influencers.
I love the dance. I love the song.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I'm starting.
But I loved it when Troye Sivan did it. He did it with Charlie XCX, and they were probably.
I saw that.
Well, it's Charlie's song, so I'm sure she's. But the first one was enough. Like I didn't even need anyone else to do it. But then it just got better and better the more I saw.
Interesting.
So it did work. I'm proof TikTok marketing works. Your money is not going wasted.
Oh, it does work. I buy every toy I see for Malibu out there. We just got our piano that is so out of key. It's like bam, bam, bam. And she does it all the time. Do we have the video of that? Honestly, that one is wild. It's beautiful. It's a cute little pink piano just her size. She sits on it every night, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be so good. She's on the piano, and it's just like bam, bam, bam. Play it. Oh, the singing. Show him. Oh, you're doing the microphone. Kind of fierce though. Mm-hmm. She's killing the game, but the keys are just so out of key. I'm like,
She's
what?
giving a little Elton John.
Yeah, look at her. She's like, woo. Okay.
So that was on TikTok?
That was on TikTok.
Oh, wow.
They have everything. What do we get? Our little medical doctor play set for $10. That was the more expensive one. That one maybe was $80, but still kind of cheap for a piano. I was like, that's kind of bouge. But everything else is literally $5 for kids. We got our makeup that is for toddlers, toddler makeup. It's not real makeup. It's whatever. And it was $7. I don't know. I bought a little morning menu. How are you feeling this morning? And it's are you sad? Are you this? All this stuff like that. So everything TikTok, I buy it all the time. And he does too. And he's not even a shopper. He'll be like, yeah, I want to buy everything off of it too.
You know what? Tati must be making good money then, because Tati is selling everything on TikTok. And
no,
same with a Jeffrey.
Anyone that's selling stuff on TikTok right now, it sells out. They're making bank for sure.
Oh my god!
And maybe I don't know if that company it's almost was it Temu or?
Yeah, it is giving Temu.
It sounds like TikTok just bought them or something, and now but the shopping app like on TikTok. They're basically competing with Amazon and everyone else right now.
Oh my gosh, should we order 30,000 hoodies and sell them on TikTok?
Honestly, kind of the
Yeah,
team.
Yeah,
almost.
in a way, yeah, to do a TikTok shop makes sense to anyone.
Wow.
We have no space for it though. Where are we gonna put 30,000 hoodies?
You need the other house and then.
Yeah, good idea. Tesla truck house. Although he's telling me I can't buy the Tesla truck because if we're saying it for another house, like they're gonna see that as debt. And I was like, ugh, but I need this now for the merch shoot. If we don't have for the merch
So
shoot, my
we-
whole
we
vision is
rent
thrown
a
off.
car. That's what everyone does. You rent a car
I'm
for
not
the
renting. I have
shoot.
to do a wrap on it, babe. I can't wrap
We
a
can
rental.
Photoshop
And
the car to be
post.
pink.
No, absolutely not. No, we need it. I'm getting it. It's already in my head. Once it's in my head.
Watch your fingers.
Yeah. Did you watch it? Did she get smashed her
It's
fingers?
tonight it comes out. The
Oh,
Kardashians.
okay. Oh, shoot. Gosh,
Yeah.
dang. Tonight? Wednesday? Oh, Wednesday. At like
right?
midnight.
Yeah.
We usually watch on Thursday, but maybe it comes out at like midnight or
Yeah, I
something.
think it comes out midnight on Wednesday. So we'll see if Kim sliced her finger on the
Well,
Cybertruck.
obviously-
Everyone thinks it is, but
No, because like that would have been news. Like the news comes out before the show. You know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
always, they never save anything for the show.
but unless it's like an inside, like is she really gonna out Elon like that if
No.
he gave her the Cybertruck?
She's been promoting it
Yeah.
nonstop. She influenced me. I just want to look tiny next to something. Like, let me feel good about myself and let me stand next to a Tesla truck and feel tiny with the pink wrap because that's our intro. And that has to
so it has
manifest.
to come into fruition.
Then I can prove manifesting works. Be like, look at this. Boom, it works.
No, you just did it. Yeah.
You went and bought it.
It manifested itself. I don't know how. Also, this is so, like, this looks heavy, but it's actually so
Oh
light.
wow.
It's like a little styrofoam thing. I thought that was cool.
Where's it
Little melting.
from?
Amazon, probably,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Should we put an Amazon link? No, we don't need to.
You got an art director here, you know.
Oh, gee.
I'm out there shopping for different disco balls.
His eye, yeah, your eye's always on it.
Michael's has so many disco balls. We have disco ball bats for Halloween. They have disco. It's like disco themed. I was like, this is so odd.
Very our impact.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Wasn't Christmas at Target pink disco balls randomly?
Yes, pink disco balls, and the Halloween pillows are like pink checkered.
What?
Yes, I think it's just her. There's so many just. Oh, there was silver and pink disco
And the-
balls all in one kit. So it was like
Yeah.
silver, pink, silver, pink.
What?
I know, and I was like,
The
just
pumpkin.
Trish.
There's a disco ball pumpkin
Yeah.
now. Everything.
Wow.
I think we started it. The trend.
I love the commitment to the checkered egg too. That one always makes me giggle.
Yeah, seriously, like who made this before just Trish? You know what I mean? Like that's so weird. I've never seen this print ever, and now it's literally everywhere. I don't know. I'm determined it's
That
us,
does
but-
remind me of the Prime Day being a scam allegedly.
Well,
Because
for
I'm a
sure.
big Prime Day, right? Okay, I'm a big. I'm really easy to market to because they just show me like 80% off. I'm like, period. I should buy this.
Yes.
I bought a freaking a fan for like it. It's like an air conditioner for your sheets. Like you put it under your sheets, like your fitted sheet, and it's supposed to just like be a fan for like in your blankies, so you're cool and not hot in the summer.
Ooh.
But it was like 40% off. It was off of like $700. I'm like, damn, I better. And it was like the bar was like out. It's like only 93% clean. You better get on it. I'm like, damn, I should buy this.
Oh my gosh.
And now I'm kind of think I was scammed because I see all these tweets of people. There's a website that you can like check the price history of something. So like something before Prime Day could be like $300, and then on Prime Day it's like, oh, it's $290, originally like $700 or something, to make you think that it was like a big sale.
I think that's like just marketing 101. I think everyone does that.
Damn.
Is that a scam? Maybe. That's not maybe, right? You're just like, oh, look, 101, and then.
Isn't it a scam?
Well, yeah,
it's like
if you
fraudulent.
if you raise the prices that day to only drop them
Yeah.
down to tell
But
you.
what if
that-
you don't even raise the price? You didn't actually raise the price. You just say that was the price. Is that fraudulent? Like it's.
Yeah, but you do rate. If you just say that's the price, then you do raise it.
No, but like you don't even raise it, right? You just write it and then cross it out. Like it was
Yeah,
never
'cause it
raised
was never
to that.
actually that
Oh, I
price.
see. You
It was
weren't
never
selling it
actually
for
that
that
price.
price.
It
Yeah,
was
that's
like,
just.
we thought about selling it for 800, but
Okay.
I wonder.
I love you taking the side of big
No, but then-
capitalists.
Always big court.
but then the sale is, whatever they take percentage of, it's of an imaginary amount. So
That's
it's never.
true.
So it is in that sense a scam.
Damn.
You
I
didn't-
bought a lot of stuff that I was like, stuff that I'm just like, it was so random. I bought
What'd
like
you buy?
an under eye thing to make your dark circles lighter.
You have no dark circles.
Well, I have color corrector on.
Do you?
Yeah.
Are they
without
dark?
it, yeah. Without it, it's
Really?
dark. Yeah.
Have I ever seen you without it?
Maybe on a Patreon day, maybe.
Really?
But
You
I
do it so
usually have a little
natural.
something.
I should do it mine more.
Random. I bought a lip balm. I bought that little air conditioner thing for your sheets.
Oh my
I bought a tree.
God.
I don't know.
What kind? A bonsai Christmas?
Olive, I dare say.
An olive tree with real olives on it? How How did they ship that to you?
It's a fake one, so it's like in pieces. But they really got me good. But now I have to like go back and do the math and see. I think I probably didn't save much. I probably just
They might have scammed
my whole
you.
birthday check probably just gone.
Oh, okay, little olive tree. That's cute. I like that. How do they send it in the heat though? Oh, it's fake. Why do you have fake plants? Like, what's the point of it?
I cannot keep a real thing alive. I've tried the real tree before,
we have
but
fake
I just
plants.
yeah.
I just don't really get the appeal. I'm like, why do you have a fake plant? Why
I
do
like
we have
the
fake
aesthetic
plants?
of a plant, but I can't keep it alive. I don't get. I don't know. I can't.
And after the last accident with his boyfriend.
Exactly.
What happened? Oh, right. Oh my God, is he okay? Damn.
He is okay. He's recovered.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I want to ask you about your PF Chang's night too, but before we do that, what did we get? We got Ancestor kit.
Oh,
Yeah.
from your Prime Day.
Yeah, $40 off, or $40 it was.
Allegedly. Now we don't know, but
That sounds cheap. But I did
I'm
see
so
slides
excited.
side by side. They showed it's exactly
I
the
saw
price.
it on
I saw
on the
those.
deals. Yeah.
You should have gotten one. I'm so excited. I just can't wait to find out about my heritage. Like, I really just feel like there's...
I think you've been fasting more, so it'll be easier for you now.
Yeah. Oh, my mouth is so hydrated. So it's like no longer dry. I'm ready to go. Just pop Tua in there. You know what I mean?
That's what she should advertise.
She's like, and 73 and me. Don't worry, guys. There's a lot of spin here.
Ancestry.com. Just hack to
Sponsored by Hawk too. Now
Yeah.
she's gonna get another brand deal because of you.
I hope so. Because she'll blow up probably. And I'll be like 10 years online, but come back on my podcast. Like Brittany Broski, come on, you know, girl. But someone said something like, I wouldn't want anyone that doesn't want to be on my podcast or doesn't want anything to do with me. Who was that? Was that someone on our podcast or someone in real life? Like, I wouldn't want... Oh, maybe it was Harry. He said he didn't want to sing to anybody that didn't want to be sung to. You know what I mean? Because he was saying something how, like, some people don't want it. And I'm like, oh, would you want to? And he's like, no, they don't have that feeling. And I'm like, that's absolutely...
yeah, he was talking about Billie Eilish. Yeah, because
Right.
Billie turned him down one time. Yeah.
Right. So he's like, I don't want to sing to anyone that doesn't want to be singed to. And I'm like,
okay,
that's
yeah.
tea. I should do that too. Like, we don't need anyone that doesn't want to be on here.
Tea, yeah.
Right? I don't know.
I
Anyways.
think so, yeah. Yeah, I would say so. And that's how, like...
It's a mutual rejection.
Yeah, exactly. It's amicable.
Right. Yeah.
No. We don't want you.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
You just gotta beat them.
But then when someone wants me, I'm down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're easily won over.
I think we're one step good. Hosting Katy Perry on the podcast. She commented on my Katy Perry cosplay, and
That's everything.
Yeah, she said undeniable. Then she did a collaborative post with me again on Instagram. I'm like, thanks for that clout, Katy. I love it so much. There's a full behind the scenes. You guys can see we're friends. We were talking and joking. She does have a really good personality. Her jokes are really good. Just saying, she wants to come on the podcast. You can see her personality flourish. And I like to say I bring it out because we're just two girls king. You know what I mean?
Love
and we
that,
had a really.
Two California girls.
Two California girls. The sequel's coming soon. Maybe that's why she asked me if I was from California. She goes, are you from California? Because I'm doing a sequel and you could actually be in there. Would love it. That's what she should do, right? Everyone loved California Girls.
That's true, yeah.
You do the sequel. Does anyone do that to a song? I did that to a song. I had Fat Chicks and Fat Chicks 2. No one cared about Fat Chicks 2, but Fat Chicks has like 13 million views.
I feel like that's probably happened before. No, I feel like, bad example, R. Kelly, didn't he have Trapped in the Closet 1 and 2?
Yeah.
That's all I really know.
I don't want him on the podcast.
No, hard pass.
Hard pass on R. Kelly. Is he in jail?
I think. I haven't kept up, to be honest.
It's crazy how things just like cycle and like people forget. Like no one talks about P. Diddy. Like everyone just kind of now.
I think the government is still on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We love that. Government stay on the. I don't know.
Stay on that one, yeah.
I don't want to get involved in that one, but I want to know. This is not hot topic. I just want to know. Did you get PF Chang's on Monday night?
I got Volcano
No,
instead.
you said you weren't going to.
I know. I really wanted PF Chang's, but it was more like the delivery fee was higher for some reason.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
they're going under probably
So
because
they're probably trying to get as much as they can.
yeah, they're the last one standing.
But I did regret it because I was like, I probably should have PF Chang's instead because it wasn't as good this time. Volcano. No offense.
Yeah, no, Volcano can lick my balls.
Well, a viewer did DM me that works at Volcano, so
Did you get the
retract-
Did you get free
I
food?
didn't reply because I felt weird. Yeah, it's like you. I'm like, you know.
Wait, what do you mean you
like,
didn't?
You know, you feel weird being like, oh, free food.
Oh well, how were you to claim the free food? Was he there?
So this is such a long. Again, no one cares.
Wow.
But okay, I ordered Postmates Volcano delivery one day a couple weeks ago. My boyfriend works next door to it, basically, but he thought I ordered it to get picked up because he works next door. So he went to go pick it up, thinking it was there. He made a big deal because it's like, no, he ordered it, blah blah blah. Little did he know, it got delivered and I was already eating it. So he made a big fuss, and then a girl was working and witnessed the whole thing. Was like, you're never gonna see this, Oscar, but your boyfriend came in thinking your food was here, but I think he was at the wrong restaurant. Anyway, love you.
Wait. Someone recognized your boyfriend? I don't even know what your boyfriend looks like. How is that possible?
I actually have no idea either, but
whoa.
kudos, Mom, I guess.
Wow. Or scary.
Or
Block that person. How do you know all that?
Actually, what it probably was the order was under my name. So I think he was going like, no, it's for Oscar Gracie. That actually makes no sense.
Oh my God. But again, that's like so like tuned in, right? They know your
know
first
my
and
name?
last. Yeah.
I guess so.
Wow. Oh my God. And I feel like not super common, but kind of common, right? Oscar Gracie, maybe like a more common name.
And Oscar Gracie, who lives in the same exact area that we talk about every episode. I mean, you know.
Same. I try to hide our location. Everyone's like, I know this place that you go to. I was like, oh my gosh, okay. They'll be like, oh, Crumble has the tester. I think they do have the tester one here of the peanut butter. There's like a peanut butter bar out this week.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I think it's here at this Crumble.
Although our last Crumble did almost put me off of it just because it was so much.
Yeah, that one was kind of gross, actually.
Yes, and
I did get sick.
but we had the leftovers for a long time. Dare I say, we had those too long because it was like 2 weeks after my boyfriend was still nibbling on it. So
Were maggots coming?
no maggots. I'm not I didn't have a Brooke experience with
I know
maggots.
someone else who just had maggots in their house. Like they had
Really?
steak that was left out for like 4 days and there was maggots. I'm like, how did the maggots just form?
We don't really have flies though, so I guess that helps.
What? What does that mean?
Because flies lay the eggs that give birth to the hatch the maggots.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
know.
how it
How did they
works.
become flies?
They, it's metamorphosis. or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like a cocoon thing?
Yeah, that kind of vibe.
Wow. Really?
I guess.
So flies start as maggots. I literally never knew that.
Yeah.
That's gross.
That's
They're both
the hot
annoying.
topic.
I don't like flies or maggots. That's the hot topic. The hot topic is everyone making fun of Ice Spice's weight loss. And I was like,
I did see.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Twitter coming for her. And I was just like, this is what you like. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like I said, it's like, damn. Now everyone's like making fun of people being too skinny.
Yeah.
It's like the Ozempic face, like everything. It's like everyone needs to chill and decide if we're supposed to be fat or skinny.
Yeah, because either way, it's like there's some kind of shame involved. Like what?
Yeah, I don't like it. Silva. Did you see that one?
Who?
Dave Portnoy's ex-girlfriend, Silvana.
Oh, Savannah. Yeah.
I think her name's Silva on TikTok.
Oh.
She was coming under fire this morning for complaining about her free trip to the Hamptons.
Oh,
You didn't see?
No.
She was like talking about how she had a free trip at the Hamptons, or she's in Montauk, and they have like a free trip, and she goes, "Oh, these sheets are like prison sheets. I hate them." And then she goes, yeah. And then she was like, like I want to Uber back to the city, but like I need a helicopter. And then she's like, someone's trying to fly us out to Ibiza, but they only got us coach, so I'm not going. She is, but I need first class, and everyone's just like coming for her.
Who? Like it should just be like, don't complain about like, free stuff and vacations. Like, who else was it recently that also was kind of like complaining about being like, it was like really rich people problems. I forget who. I want to say Haley Bailey, but I don't think it was Haley Bailey. But someone of that nature.
Poor Haley Bailey
She got enough. She got
thrown
enough.
under the bus again. She was talking about like her billionaire boyfriend or something.
Yes,
Yeah, but
she got clocked for that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. But someone of that nature was also complaining. I'm just like, just don't complain about like, living a nice life. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, that's what the cancel girls are saying too about people who like beg on TikTok for money. They're like, they're living a nice life. They have like their front row at this concert, and they own a house in the Hollywood Hills. Like, they're fine. And it's like, it was giving that. But I guess my hot take was like, if that's her standard, that's her standard. You know what I mean? Like,
It's a standard to keep on your close friends story. Like,
True. A little out of touch, maybe.
Yeah. In this day and age, it's like, keep that on your close friends who are people who are in a, same tax bracket as you, who probably have similar issues.
Yeah. This one girl's like, I'm going to sleep in the overhead bin if I can go to Ibiza. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, not me though. Even when I was broke, I always wanted to fly first class on my dime. I never had someone fly me out. I wish they did, but I would always pay. Maybe that's the other difference. I never had someone fly me out. So I guess if I was looking at that, I'd be like, damn, you're getting stuff paid for? Like,
yeah. You know what? That's better. It worked out better for you in the end, I think. Because I think even that, like, and I was thinking about this because I realized there was another tag on the shirt you gave me, the Loewe shirt, and it said the price, and I was like, going to sleep in the shirt, and I like ripped the tag, and I was like, wait. I was like, this is a crazy price for a t-shirt that I'm like literally just hanging out in. But then I remembered how you would buy like what brand was it where it was like the ugliest like shirt dress ever, and it was like $1,000 or
I think
something.
it was Balenciaga.
Oh yes,
yeah.
And you bought it, and I was like, damn. Even when Trisha was like, I'm like, how is she still like so relatable and just like the girl next door? But meanwhile, she was like blowing all this money. I guess because you were just blowing it, and you didn't have any after.
It. Yes, and that should be noted. And I think that's why I keep relatable, because I was making a ton of money, but I was spending it all, you know? So I was relatable because I had $10 in my bank account and I had to eat Burger King. You know what I mean? Like, that is, and that's how I stayed relatable. Because it's true, I really would. And I see comments like that all the time with, like, my Bet On It music video. Like, this is how I would spend my money if I was rich. Not rich. I made a lot of money, so I just spent the money. You know what I mean?
It all went directly to what you see.
It did. And now I'm thinking like, oh, me and Tana do a song. Maybe I could do a music video. I start thinking of all these big things. Oh, we can build the sets for this. You know, I start doing it all over again. Now I have kids and I have a husband that's like, okay, let's chill a minute. He's pretty good, but, you know, it's like, yeah, it's like I can spend too much. But, yeah, just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean they have a lot of money. Just remember that. Luckily, I didn't have credit cards, thank God, because I probably would have been like so much credit card debt. Because I always hear that. People are like, oh, they rack up so much credit card debt. I'm like, who's getting approved more than a $500 limit? Because I'm not. I think I got a $3,000 limit on one of my cards. I was like, and then I would try to get like more on it, and they were like, absolutely not.
They were cutting you off.
Which is crazy. Like, I was like, people have like $100,000 on their credit cards. I was like, damn. I literally, my max was like $3,000 maybe at one point, but I used to do those $500 ones when I was 18 and just never pay them. And then my credit was screwed forever. So, but
there you go, Savannah. That's what you should do to be relatable. To turn this around, just get in some debt.
It is. Be like, actually, because everyone was like, you know, they always thought she was like so humble when she got the G-Wagon from Dave. She seemed like really humble and grateful. So everyone's like, damn. And it does suck to find that out, but I don't know, you know, it was a weird take, but sometimes you can be, especially in the influencer world, you're a little out of touch.
You forget,
yeah. Yeah, it's like, what did you think of Dave Portnoy, by the way, calling Octopus Lover a little gay boy? Did you see that?
What? No.
You didn't see?
I thought he got lost at sea. Wasn't Dave Portnoy lost at sea?
What?
I swear to God.
When?
I swear to God. Wait.
Well, he's
I
definitely
heard
found.
he was saved by a little gay boy.
You saw that? You saw
was
that he was
saved by a little
lost?
No, but I saw what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? I definitely
Okay,
missed it.
let me just close
Okay.
this one loop. But yes,
Yeah.
the headline is Dave Portnoy rescued by Coast Guard after drifting out to sea.
What? When? What?
Yesterday,
Is he just treading water or what?
what is
Was he on a
this?
boat? Or like, what was he?
He was stranded without a paddle. The Barstool Sports founder shared that he was recently lost at sea off the coast of Massachusetts when his boat lost power. He said, "Your boys almost lost Captain Dave today." Dave said in a video posted to X on July 15th that he was almost lost to the ocean, Mother Ocean. Okay. Moses coded.
Mother Ocean. That's his mother.
No power, no radio, no anchor, no nothing. Heavy winds. Next thing you know, Captain Dave is lost at sea. Some girl in what? Imagine he says some little gay boy. Some girl in what? I don't know. Looks like a rowboat comes by Captain Dave. I'm screaming, help. Captain Dave needs help. Stop calling yourself Captain Dave.
Yeah, that seems a
If
little-
I was out there in a rowboat and Dave Portnoy saying, Captain Dave needs your help, I'm paddling away. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're on your own, sir.
Yeah.
No, I'm not helping you if you're referring to yourself in third person as Captain Dave. You're done.
Kinda
You're out on your own.
Why do I kind of have a soft spot for Dave? Is
I
it
don't
'cause
know why,
it's the
but-
misogyny, the patriarchy, where I'm just like, it's
If
a
it
guy
was
in
Rachel
power.
if it was Brittany Broski out there saying help Captain Broski, would you help her? I would help her, but I don't know if
I
you
would help
would.
her now. I feel for her. You know what he's saying? When people do get like a little bit of hate, I start feeling a little empathy for them. I'm kind of like, well, damn, let's not get so.
That is too funny.
Yeah, Captain Dave.
So Captain Dave called Octopus a little gay boy?
Yeah, and then Octopus reacted. And then he's like,
What?
you called me little. He was like excited. Because it was just because he was on stage with Zach Bryan or Zach Brown or whoever the one Brianna's dating. It's one of the
Brian, yes.
Zach Bryan, and there was Brianna Chicken Fry, and then I think Jake Shane on stage, and he's like, "Who?" And then he said something, goes, "Yeah, you and the little gay boy." And then Brianna's like, "Yeah, you called him little gay boy." He's like, "But everyone knew exactly who I was talking about because he didn't know his name." And he's like, "Well, I don't know his name, so I'm going to say who I'm talking about." So he's like describing him, and so I guess there was no tea other than Jake Shane being like, "Well, he called me little, so I was happy."
Okay,
But
I mean, I guess technically he's not wrong. Although,
Yeah.
I mean,
he didn't use it derogatory. He's like,
I guess if Dave's not offended if I refer to him as like, oh, that middle-aged man dating a younger woman, then
I don't think he is,
okay,
probably.
Then work. If I can refer to him as that, yeah.
I think he has tough skin, unlike some other people. You know what I mean? I think he's like can take what people call him, right? I think it seems that way.
But there was one where he was getting all
Oh, was he?
upset about some. Was it the Alex Cooper one, right? Where he was like all like butthurt over Alex dogging him about like why are you embarrassed to be dating someone who's so young?
Oh, after the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was weird when he went on his own and was like, that was kind of like weird out of left field. It's like, well, yeah, because the interview, I was like, oh, wow, he's taking it. That's really good. And then afterwards he complained about it. I was like, well, that's kind of weird.
So what is the truth? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a Dave defender, but
Yeah.
maybe a little internalized misogyny.
Well,
Being a pick me, be like, okay. Barstool, pick me, choose me. Someone was trying to figure out how Sophia Franklin can get back in the good graces, and like she should ask Dave for a job at Barstool.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
because something happened with her in the news. I don't know. something, and someone's like, this is how she gets back on top. She needs to like apologize and this and that, and I don't know. Little PR move. I don't know. I didn't really follow.
Where is she at now? Like, is she at a
I don't
podcast
know.
network? Or
I think she's done, and I think someone was like, "Oh, this is how."
I saw Alex was trying to jump ship to Sirius, is what.
Like selling of the show.
Yeah, to, it was like one of the big like whatever's more than maybe 12. I don't know. One of the big figures.
Oh, really?
That big deal. Yeah, it was supposed to be Sirius. Allegedly, it's just a rumor right now. But
she's trying to get out of Spotify.
Move from Spotify.
I'm
to
telling
Sirius,
you, Spotify seemed like a sinking ship. Like when I talked to them in meetings, it seemed like they kind of like ran out of money, and they're like, we spent too much money on podcasts that don't do well.
Yeah, but would a lot of people? Don't you have to have a membership to Sirius? Would her audience transition to Sirius? I don't know.
No, she just wants that money. She's like, I don't know if they will.
Wherever,
but just give me,
I'll just
you know
go
what
with
I mean? Yeah. Because I always think about that too. And I was like, I guess if you just get that cash up front. Like, most was telling me, like, comedians were getting paid, like, $60 million for Netflix specials. Like, Dave Chappelle? Got $60 million for his Netflix special. And they were just, like, giving money to all, like, Joe Rogan's friends. They got, like, a bunch of Netflix deals for, like, what? Like, $20 million, $60 I think even, like, Chris D'Elia was part of that group. That was just, like, I want to say, I don't know for a fact, I wasn't friends with her at the time. I want to say even Colleen got money from Netflix for a stand-up special, and she wasn't even a stand-up comic.
Whoa.
But she did, like, a stand-up special, and I was like, that's weird, but
wow.
Yeah, I guess they just had so much money. Anyways, I would love, I told them, like, we need to get it on the ground up in one of these things where they just are giving $60 million for something that's not going to do good. Ours would do good, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, who's giving out this money? It's, like, actually insane.
I know, especially because it's hard to tell what the, like, return is. I guess, like, watch time and like hours viewed or whatever, I guess, but they kind of just be wasting money because it's also very short, like shelf life. A lot of them, like what's his name, the Brooks ex Matt Rife. His was like he was on the Netflix charts for his special for like a week or 2 weeks, but then he fell off the top 10. So it's not like it's not like he stayed that long on there, you know.
Right. So the return is Bridgerton killer though. I just saw Nicola posted
still number
billion.
one.
Yeah, crazy. Have you finished it?
No, not yet.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna get to it. I just have to finish Young Sheldon.
Bridgerton's more important.
It actually is more relevant for sure, but now I'm like really invested in the young, more for like the gag. Now I feel like I'm kind of trolling
doing
with,
it for
like,
the
Young
plot.
Sheldon.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sticking to it.
Yeah,
committed to the bit for sure.
Commit to the bit. Oh, there's not any famous bisexual people. When we were watching Hacks yesterday, they were talking about she was standing up for bisexuals.
God.
Did you see that episode where like the comedians were like dogging and she's like, actually, bisexuals are real and blah 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 and all this stuff like that. And then she's like, oh my god, you stood up for me. She was actually no, I was standing up for Alan Cumming. I was like, oh, I love that. I love the reference. And he did say, did you see it in Entertainment Weekly? He did a little interview and he said they asked him about his bisexuality. And he said, I always say sexuality is like vacation. You don't always want to go to the same spot twice.
Oh, work, mama.
And I was like, yeah, we don't have a lot of bisexual icons out there.
No, because Renee Rapp was for a while, but now she identifies as lesbian. Maybe Brooke. Brooke says she wants to hook up with girls now.
Has she ever?
I think she's dabbled. I thought about dabbling, but now she is like really more open to it. She wants a mask girl.
Oh, interesting. I do love a mask girl as well.
That's what she's... I have a mask lesbian friend who, when I posted our photo with Brooke, was like, what's the deal with Brooke? Like, just had seen her and like fell in love with her from the photo. And I was like, I think this is just straight. But now I got to follow up and let her know, Cassie, there's a chance for you and Brooke.
Yeah, I always feel like bisexual is like a gateway, right? Like, you don't know for sure. You're like, maybe I like both. And then you like either go full on fledged, full on gay, from that. Or maybe you still like both. But, I think sometimes there's like a little gateway.
It is weird, right? Yeah, because like there are bisexuals for sure.
Yeah.
But actually, Jimmy's boyfriend Dallas is bisexual.
We should have him on, bisexual king. Yeah. I love that.
Jimmy, tell Dallas we need him on.
I love that because I just think there's not a lot of bi representation. Yeah. I don't really consider myself bi. I would consider myself just fluid and open.
And there, I guess too, like when you're with like the spectrum, there are like a lot of like, cause like gay and lesbian are like very specific, but then when you have like bi and like the fluid or like there's like
pan,
the pan,
demisexual.
So all those kind of like break off. So there's not like a big, there's a lot of like little ones, like a lot of small countries on the continent, or metaphorically.
Yes, Hacks season 3 got super sexual. Like all of a sudden there's like nudity. There was like showgirls naked.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, what? It was so weird. And her girlfriend and her, and I was just like, oh my god, this is so.
Yeah, titties all of a sudden. I was like, oh. Goodness.
Why don't we see Jean Smarts?
Why
boobs.
don't you?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same. You don't see Zendaya's. Maybe they have like clauses in their contracts, like no topless.
But I feel like she would want to be like a Nicola and be like, you know what? Women over 70 can show their boobs on TV too.
Maybe not though.
I mean, she looks so good, like naked. Honestly, like she has such a good body. I know how the joke is, like in the stand-up, is like she's like a functioning anorexic, but I still think she looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, she has like that statuesque kind of figure.
Gorge. She's so good. I think the Ava on the show like has a crush on her in the first season, right?
Yes.
She's kind of like
she has like sex dreams about her.
Yeah, I see it.
My friend again, Cassie, who has a crush on
Shout out
Brooke, went to
Cassie.
school with Ava, like high school with her. Yeah. So
Wait,
maybe
how old is she? How old's Cassie?
she's maybe a year or two older than me. So maybe she's like
Ava's in her 30s?
I think so.
I like her. She's good.
I saw her on Las Costaristas. I think her name is Hanna in real life. She actually has a comedy special on Max that I want to watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
But I love her because she was like clocking the tea. I think someone asked her on the red carpet about like, you know, woke, like is wokeness ruining comedy or whatever. And she was like, that's just an excuse for guys who aren't funny. Like, so she clocked the tea of like the Zach Justices of the world.
Yeah, that's actually so true. But she's super woke on that show. Like her character's
Yeah.
super woke. It's actually kind of funny. I like the juxtaposition of it like that. Sometimes so woke. I was like, okay, like.
Should
we have a final hot
yes,
topic?
we can end on Drew Afualo got into a Twitter feud with Pearl.
I did see this. This just came on my For You. This was...
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I followed Drew actually, but...
maybe I do. I don't know if I follow her on Twitter.
Definitely don't follow Pearl. Because I remember you would bring up Pearl, and I never really knew the girl. So
Yeah,
this is
like,
the first time I actually like have seen.
She's a troll where I'm like, girl, this is gonna like your shtick is gonna like end badly for you. Like I just know it is. Like you, and I truly think it's like a shtick. I mean, maybe she has some of these beliefs, but I think it's a shtick. And I know it's just gonna end so bad because she's trolling a lot, but also it's like this can't last forever, and people are gonna just be annoyed by you. And
yeah, that's why I was interested in your take as a former troll, because obviously it's just like so extreme that it's like at least it has to be heightened at the very least. You know what I mean? Like it can't be like that authentic, you know. But
no, because she even like emailed Drew and wanted her on like a panel or something. So I think she does it for the gag of it. But this got mean. Oh my god, this got like I was like, whoo. Like,
yeah.
It was wild. It was so wild.
Them just going back and forth. And
on each
Pearl
other's
would
looks.
Like Pearl saying that she's never going to get him. Even though, Drew is like engaged, right? Or I don't know if she's married yet. But
she's been with him for a long time, like 8 years. Or...
She has her man, but Pearl's being like, oh, you're too fat. You're never going to get a man. Drew's like, actually, I have a man, honey. Do you have a man? Like, you're never going to get it. It was like going back and forth. And Drew was like so strong. Like, she's a badass. But I was like, damn, are you okay? Like... Just because when you're going up against a troll, it's like you're never gonna win. Because they're not like a real person. And I felt, even though Drew can handle herself, I felt kind of bad. I was like, oh, maybe just like let her go off because it's just like, what can you even? Granted, Drew was really clocking her tea left and right, but damn, I don't know how much you can.
No, for sure. I really got into it too. Someone like. She's good at that. She's good at like replying to comments. Like one person like, oh, you stole your podcast title. And she's like, actually, you know, my podcast came out a week before this one. I think it's the Ben Shapiro lookalike girl. She has the comment section and there's the comment section. Someone has an SNL and everyone's like, you stole it from this person. She's like, actually, whatever. But the Pearl stuff back and forth, like you said, is crazy because Pearl was just like relentlessly going in. And I feel like, no matter how strong you are, like it has to hurt on both sides. Look, I'm definitely like, whatever, Pearl is the one instigating this, so maybe more deserving of it. But it has to like hurt a little bit, right? When someone keeps calling you like names. Maybe she really truly doesn't care, but I know if I was going back and forth and someone's just like constantly calling me like a fat and pig, and they just like, and people do, they just show Miss Piggy next to me, which is kind of fabulous. I love her, but it still hurts a little bit, right? Like it's kind of this thing, and I was just like, damn, like I don't know, but maybe she is just like that tough of a girl, and like, you know, which is good, but still sad to see. It's sad to see like online the back and forth, because then like girls that look like, you know, that Drew might feel bad, you know what I mean? And it's like, obviously she's gorgeous and she like knows she's gorgeous, but then this girl being like so attacking, and then Teffy got into it. Do you know Hello Teffy?
No.
From
TikTok?
Wait,
I know Teffy, but I didn't see
Oh,
Teffy
she was going back and forth with Pearl and going
Oh.
in on her like looks and stuff like that too. So she was like, and then she was going back and forth with Teffy, like really coming for her looks, like nasty stuff. And I was just like, damn, like I don't know, like you said, at the end of the day it's a troll, and it's like nice when people can dish it back to them. Like I also could never be me because I'd be so scared of confrontation, but it's nice to see like other girls dishing it back. But then she's going so hard on them, and I'm like, damn, that has to hurt, and to some degree, especially like little things she was nitpicking on their like faces or whatever. It's just like, I don't know, it just seems like a lot.
Yeah, I get wanting to clock their tea back. Like, that's why for Twitter, I'm not like a Twitter fingers girl these days. Just because, like, first of all, you can go back and forth forever, but then you get, like, everyone else chiming in. Like, anyone who, like, follows Pearl, like, seriously is chiming in, like, yeah. And then they post photos of Drew, like, look at you here, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, at least I've killing it. And, like, I have a book and I'm hot and I have a hot man. Like, I'm literally living the life that you could never, you know?
Yeah.
But still, I'm just like, it just invites so much, like, discourse with, like, random people that, like, I don't need to, like, have your input at all, you know? So
that's how I feel, too.
it
And
feels kind of, like, futile, you know?
Yeah, it was like, it felt very uncomfortable to, like, watch. And here I'm, like, watching all of it. I'm just like, oh, my God, this is, like, so wild. And Pearl is a troll. And I wish... Number one rule, and people said this to me too, is like, you know, don't feed the troll, right? Like, if you just don't give someone attention, they die. The troll dies, right? Like, they feed off the attention. I think that we've seen a lot of trolls crawl back under their bridges. You know, there's people who've been kicked off YouTube and stuff like that because, like, once they stop getting attention, it's over. Like, that's
nothing
it.
else to offer, yeah.
But Drew and Teffy, they're both very influential. Teffy is on the Met Gala carpet for TikTok, and Drew is, you know, has her podcast on Spotify and billboards and all stuff like that. So it's like, you're both like so powerful and big and you're giving this person attention. And then some people maybe that don't like them, that are like hate watching them, are like, oh, let's go on this girl's side or let's watch what this girl does. And it's like, it's so annoying giving like a troll attention like that. And it's like, ooh, I don't know. But I get it. I just, you know.
I know. That's like one of the, like, I love standing up for myself.
Yeah.
Be boots, but like also, damn. I think it just went so long. Like, it was like days, right?
Was it days?
Yeah.
I feel like it was still going on. Like,
yeah,
literally.
this morning, I think.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
And it's just like so relentless that I'm just like, damn.
It's also a lot of energy. Like, it's just draining. Like, maybe not even draining, but it's a lot of like, I just think it's like a valuable energy. Like you said, it's cool to like stand up for yourself. Like, you don't always have to protect your peace, but maybe just like an hour of it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Exactly.
I mean,
that's what I think too. Like, I don't know. I mean, just from like a me perspective, I don't know. That would like stay in my head for like forever, you know.
No, it's a lot.
For a
like,
long time.
And also, not even if you don't have anxiety, but just like waiting for the person's response. Like, what are they going to say to this? And I know how it feels because I've been in that. Like, you're just waiting. You're just like, okay, what am I going to say? And like, oh my God, I can't. And it makes your heart race no matter what. No matter, the whole internet hates Pearl, right? Like, no one's on Pearl's side at all. Not even, like they say, the men that she's defending are not even on her side. They don't even want her. You know what I mean? Nobody wants her. But giving that attention and giving that, like, just getting that worked up about it is like, I don't know, it makes me like sad, especially because they have so many fans and they're doing so many things, and it's like, ugh, like, you know.
I know.
Not to say it's wrong if they want to do it. They're like, unless they're like enjoying it, you know, maybe they love it.
That's
And like
true,
in that case, go for it. Yeah, we love to see it.
Just protect your peace at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because I really do love Drew.
Every girl likes Drew. There's not one girl that's like, we love that she goes against like all these awful men that say awful and like stands up for them.
Yeah. Although one of our viewers commented on her like photo with Chamberlain, was like, Chamberlain needs to go on Just Trish, not your podcast,
oh my
Drew.
God,
I'm like, please don't do that. Drew is like very deserving of all her success and is great and is beautiful, and we are happy to see her win.
Maybe Chamberlain's gonna do the podcast rounds, okay? Maybe she's kicking it off for all of us. So
exactly.
Chill out, everybody.
Yeah.
It is crazy. Yeah, don't speak bad on our behalf to any female, because even Pearl on our behalf, because we don't want to give that attention. You know what I mean? Just yeah. I feel bad for her. I do feel bad for her because honestly, like, it's just gonna like not end well. Even if she's making a ton of money now, like, unless she invested so well, like, it's just gonna end bad. But even if you make a ton of money now, your reputation forever is this like just this annoying girl that hates women, that like guys don't like you, like all this stuff like that. It's never gonna. I don't know. It's just a weird stance she's on all the time, and it's weird to see her go on people whose side she's on and they don't even like her. You know what I mean? It's a kind of, it's just sad. It's kind of like, damn girl, like no one really likes you, even the people you're pandering to. So maybe rethink it. You know what I mean? It can't feel good for her. I would think that on that end too. It's like, even though she has a tough exterior and she's hard and whatever, and like at the end of the day, like
Deep
can't feel
down,
good. Yeah. I don't know, especially because she is like insecure and she is like a pick me and stuff like that. And it's like, those are the girls that want to be validated and they're not getting that. And it's like, then you develop this tough exterior and you don't care, but it's like deep down, I know people care. Everyone cares. Everyone cares. If someone makes fun of their looks, like every single person cares. Even if it doesn't bother you tremendously, it bothers you a little bit, you know?
And at least, but like when you were troll, like in your hard troll eras, there was a lot of other stuff going on, you know?
Yeah,
like,
right.
But she seems to be like kind
Sound
of like,
mind.
Like at least from what we see, you know. I think with you it was kind of obvious there was something.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. No, right. You see it with Gabby's like spiral, like you see it, and like the eyes, the way they let like a stranger into your home, whatever I was doing. You know what I mean? Like you kind of see it, and most people can clock it. That's why, like with even the Alissa Violet, it's like maybe there's something more. I don't want to speculate on anything, but kind of just looking at her demeanor and then her response, and like maybe there's something happening there, but. Pearl seems, she's not like shaking or agitated or laughing or like doing late night videos. She seems very coherent
and knows what she's doing.
Yeah, which is even scarier, to be honest. So.
We don't want none of that. So we won't be replying to
I know. Yikes. Oh my God. Don't come for me. I would cry instantly. I was like, oh my God. They're ruthless.
I know.
All of it. Funny. Some of them are funny. You know what I mean? But,
yeah. There was some good reads in there, but damn.
Yeah.
Brutal.
All right. Well, what a note to end it on.
Yeah.
T. You guys, if you want more of Just Trish, go to patreon.com/JustTrish. We will have our Clinton Kane reaction series. Maybe we'll try that coconut cake. Oh my God, that sounds so good.
Really
We can only get it on Saturday. We can't get it Friday.
It said the earliest was Saturday, but
Book it out. We need an emergency for Just. Drop the name. I got Trisha
Tom
Paytas.
Cruise's favorite podcast.
Yes. God, could you imagine Tom Cruise came on? I would love to hear Tom Cruise. Like, truly. Like, I would want him to be so open. Like, I want to know about Scientology, but, like, not, like, brainwash. Like, I want to know the truth. Like, do you, like, brainwash?
I don't know if he would just do that. Maybe he'd
Really?
jump on the pink chair or something.
That'd be iconic.
I would love that.
I used to love Tom Cruise. He might be kind of weird. I don't know. Scientology's weird, huh? Maybe we shouldn't even get there. I feel like Scientology, but that's a whole other thing. All right.
Anyway,
We cut that.
It's
Well,
time.
like, wrap it up. Yeah.
It's time to end the show.
Okay.
Please.
We love you guys.
Roll the
And
credits.
We'll see you in the next one. Yeah, roll the credits. Our producers. Shout out producers on Patreon. Patreon.com/JustTrish. Your names mean everything. I like the ones that like put like 3 names in the title. There's one that has like 2, and I'm like, oh, okay, sneaky. I like it.